Good evening, everyone. I am Mark, your fat friend,
And I'm James, your black friend,
and this is the Fat and Black Connection.
where we talk about anything and everything. Well, as long as it's interesting to us, of
Well,
course.
yeah, because if it's not, why would we be talking about it?
Oh, for sure.
So it is October 11th, 2023.
Yeah.
It is 8:01 p.m. on the left coast, West
Yeah.
Coast. And we've got check in already with Kathy Hampton. Good evening, Kathy.
Yeah.
Also known as the voice of the innkeeper from season one of Murphy's Inc.
Yeah.
Uh, also known as the voice of the innkeeper in season two of Murphy's Inc.
Yeah. 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 She's the innkeeper everywhere.
Yeah, that's how it would seem. So, thanks for checking in, Kathy. So it is on Wednesday night,
Yep.
and we're here doing our thing. I'm gonna let you go first tonight. What do you got to drink?
Oh, so this is one. This is called Imperial Joe. Now, this one comes straight out of the Cali Craft Brewing Company. So I'm guessing that's somewhere in California. But this is it has a alcohol by volume of 10%, so that's kind of high. Uh, IBUs 35 and 16 ounces, of course. So this is an Imperial Dark Ale with coffee. I'm not a coffee guy, so this will be interesting. I actually was going to try this last night, but I was like, nah, I'll wait. I'll do it for the show. Um, it says ingredients: 2 row, which I've never heard of, chocolate and black barley. Oh, I'm sorry, chocolate and black barley malts and coffee. So it says it's a dark ruby brown. Smells of coffee, roasted malt, orange peel, and dark berries. So a medium, medium mouthful, backed by a touch of hop and coffee bitterness, dry finish. So, uh, yeah, we're gonna try this out.
Okay.
Imperial Joe.
Imperial Joe.
Yep.
Now, I've never heard of an Imperial Ale before. I've heard of Imperial IPAs, so this is a little bit interesting.
Yeah.
Just drink it.
Like I said, Imperial Dark Ale.
It doesn't look like you hate it.
No, it's not bad. The coffee I taste, but it's like more of a, but the chocolate kind of filters that out a little bit.
Fair enough.
So yeah, this isn't bad.
Okay. So I brought two drinks with me tonight. The first one, which I'm going to drink first, I brought backup just in case. If I end up actually really liking it, then I won't do my backup. I'll save that for another time. But my gut tells me I'm not going to like this. But
It's not another hop eye, is
no, it's more like so. It's sockeye.
or sockeye, yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
So it's for the sake of the show, I feel like occasionally I have to do this where I get something that maybe isn't something I would necessarily get, but well, Sunny D vodka seltzer.
Yeah, I've heard of these, and I heard they're not great, but you might like it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. And I just realized. There we go. Now you can actually read it properly. Sunny D vodka seltzer. So this is 95 calories, 0 grams of sugar, 4.5% alcohol by volume. So pretty weak. Vodka with real fruit juice, sparkling water, natural orange flavor, and other natural flavors. It's a 12 ounce can.
Sunny D isn't even made with real juice.
Yeah. So came in a 4-pack.
Yeah.
And it says, we took your favorite legendary orange flavor and added vodka to create a delightful drinking experience that tastes like you're sipping on sunshine.
What the hell are they gonna do next? Tang?
So here we go. Sunny D vodka seltzer.
Cheers.
It smells like Sunny D.
Does?
Yeah. Oh no.
Wait, is it good or bad?
Oh, it's pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Walk on
good.
sunshine.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have to drink my backup, so I'll save that for next week.
All right.
I will probably drink through these 4 cans tonight. This is
That
this is
tastes
pretty good.
All right. All right.
Well, and with 0 calories
There you go.
and only 2 grams of carbohydrates.
Because you're really watching those.
Clearly. So this is our first week in quite a while where it's just you and me. We don't have a guest tonight.
Boo. I don't know. It's actually this has been a while.
I didn't see you lining up anyone, so
Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to be making those phone calls. Actually, I don't even have you have their numbers. I don't have their numbers or their emails. I don't have their emails.
I don't recall you asking. So
Oh, well.
I'm just saying.
Well, because I didn't. There was no rewind. There was no need for me to reach out and contact anybody as far as like scheduling and stuff went.
Sure. So, anyways, so it's been a week. We've had a lot of guests on over the last number of weeks. Murphy's Inc. talent. A lot of the main characters, big roles. So there's been a lot of stuff that we didn't talk about since we started having guests on. So I'm going back through the feed. I didn't pull up images for all this stuff because I figured let's just do it a little bit more loose tonight. First and foremost, something that came out last week that we have talked about in the past, and I've got to tell you, I am absolutely loving is Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Oh, you have it, yeah.
Oh yeah, of course I do. Duh.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. I pre-ordered. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm the one that got you into Assassin's Creed. So
True.
I absolutely am loving the game. It very much is hearkening back to AC1.
Yeah. Can you swim at least?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, you can go in the water.
That was the worst. That was the absolute worst.
Yeah, so there are obviously some differences. They didn't go back to AC1 graphics.
They didn't go back. They didn't go way back. They just went back a little bit.
I mean, there are still some things that annoy me. That I think will always annoy me about Assassin's Creed, and it's
like what?
Trying to climb a wall and
it's not there.
No. It's there, and you want to go a specific way, climbing up the wall, and you're like angling the controller,
but it won't let you.
Yeah,
or
even though there's a brick there that you can clearly grab onto.
Or when you're trying to jump, and your camera's slightly turned the wrong way, so you like jump off. It's like no, I wanted to jump there. Like
oh yeah, like that happened to be one of the first times I went up to synchronize at a high point. And I wanted to do the leap of faith, and instead because the camera wasn't turned quite the right direction, I just jumped off and died or desynchronized. So,
oh man.
There will I wonder if some of that stuff they leave in just because it's kind of like a joke at this point.
Yeah.
And of course, because Mirage came out, I had to put Starfield down, which is hard to do because I really like Starfield, and so I'm a little annoyed at Ubisoft. You guys couldn't have waited, given me another month or two to play more Starfield, but it is what it is. So one of the things that came out over the last couple of weeks was the official trailer for Assassin's Creed Jade. I don't know if you remember this, but it is the free mobile game that looks like it's going to be a full-on Assassin's Creed game. But it's going to be for mobile devices.
Oh yeah, no, I did hear about, but I didn't know really anything about it.
It basically takes place in China, something that AC fans have been requesting for a long time.
We already had, we had the 2D scroller.
Yeah, that's not the same.
In like Chronicles had one in it was China, India, and Russia.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which was crazy because Russia, like he straight up used a rifle.
Oh yeah.
That was crazy. I was like, what the?
I mean, when you think about Jacob and Evie Fry, they used a gun. The Hidden Blade also had a gun component built in. Even Ezio had a
Ezio had that.
cannon, hand
Yeah,
cannon.
attached to his wrist. Yeah.
Yeah, so
But no, like, like this wasn't hidden. He just carried this rifle around.
no, I know.
You played those, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, just making sure. I'm sure you would have.
Yeah. So Tiana's Place down at Disneyland is open. So
I heard.
it is the restaurant that is modeled after Tiana's Place from the film, I guess.
I'm just surprised that it's taken this long. So, but I'm interested. I want to check that out.
I mean, what do you mean by this long?
I thought it would have opened up, like a year or so after Princess and the Frog came up, but came out, not up. But
I mean, Frozen was probably one of the, if not the biggest Disney animated films of the last 20 years. And look at how long it took them to do the Frozen ride at Walt Disney World.
No, I understand that. Like, well, no, because the ride that they've had that the Nordic, they took over the Viking ride. So that's
Maelstrom.
Yeah, that turned into the Frozen ride, which kind of makes sense because it's supposed to be all the same.
I'm just saying it was just a retheme, and it took them a very long time to do that.
Did it? Because when did Frozen come out?
Well, let's take a look, shall we? Frozen came out in. That's not what I want. November 27th, 2013.
Okay, because then it was up. Oh, then it did take I don't remember how long it took because I know I rode that ride.
Frozen Ever After.
2017.
3 years. It was just a little over 3 years for that. And that was, again, one of the biggest films.
Yeah.
So no offense to Princess and the Frog, but it wasn't huge.
Yeah. But I think they're trying to put it along with the was it the Bayou Adventure or whatever.
I'm just surprised that they're doing both. To me, it makes sense to do the ride or the restaurant. See, it doesn't make sense to have both of them themed that way.
Where is that one? Where is that restaurant located?
Nollan Square.
Well, yeah, I mean, but like, is it like because Blue Bayou's still there? That's not changing. But is it like in right around the corner there, or is it
I'm pulling up the map right now. My understanding, as I recall, is that it is taking the place of that restaurant where they do like the mint juleps and all that.
The bread bowls and stuff.
No, hold on. I'm pulling up the map. Give me just a second.
Because I know there was like a cart and stuff that started having like beignets and stuff out there in
beignets.
Nollan Square.
So we are live, ladies and gentlemen. We're kind of doing this episode a little bit by the seat of our pants. So right here is Tiana's Place. So it's this restaurant out here that has all of this courtyard seating.
Oh, okay.
Right outside the train station.
Yeah, okay. I know exactly where that. Okay.
The one you were thinking about with the bread bowls is over here.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, I misspoke.
No, it's over here. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Because Blue Bayou is right underneath that, right? In that area.
No, Blue Bayou is back this way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like where you're. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Gotcha. Okay, cool. So yeah, I've eaten at that place before. Before it was, now that's a good. I'll take that retheme.
Yeah, but my point is, I don't get doing both. I don't get retheming Splash Mountain and doing the restaurant unless it's pandering, which it feels like a little bit.
I don't know if it's pandering. I mean, you're making the ride. You might as well kind of make the restaurant. I thought I would. For sure.
If the ride was right next to the restaurant, maybe. But
yeah,
you've got the Haunted Mansion in between, plus another, the plaza. You've got I mean it's not like it's right there when you get off the ride or something.
True. Okay. Yeah. No. I mean I feel that, but like I think I always thought that would have been. I thought they would have done that a while ago, just as like a themed restaurant, even just to meet, like, to meet with Tiana or whatever, like those specialty type deals that they do. But yeah.
So I'm sure you're pretty big on this one, and I'm surprised you didn't ever comment or say anything about it. The Gargoyles video game from
Oh
like
yeah, the
back in the day on
reboot.
the Sega,
Yeah, I actually
not a reboot, remastered.
remastered. Yeah. I personally would have just liked a whole new game, just but I saw that and I was like, oh, well, I'll be damned, because I used to have that game, and so I was kind of excited to see it. So I'm probably get that one.
So you heard our boys are back, right?
Hmm? Oh
In
yeah, yeah.
sync.
Bruh. Yeah, yeah. Of course, I knew they were back. Yeah,
Yes. After 23 years,
yeah.
finally we have a new song, which is for the new Trolls film. And I didn't realize how many Trolls films there have been. Include and aside from that, no, there. This is the fourth technically, because there was a
Oh, you talking about the
troll.
Christmas special?
It was a yes,
That was like 30 minutes.
whatever. It still was a film. It was not like a series. And there is a troll series, which I
There's
didn't
this troll
realize.
series. It's an animated series. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of blowing my mind when I looked this up the other day. But have you had a chance to listen to the new song?
Yeah, it took me a second. It took me a second. I wasn't really feeling it like the first time, because I knew it came out, and so I was like, I gotta hear it, and so I listened to it twice, and it just I wasn't really feeling it, and then like so I let it sit a couple days, and then I went back and listened to it, and I was like, okay, okay, I'm in. I'm definitely in. It took, like I said, it took me a second. This is the same thing that's happened with some artists that I've liked, over the past couple of years. When stuff, new stuff comes out, I'm not, I like it, and I'll download it or whatever, and listen to it, and then it takes me a couple listens to really trying to really feel it. So yeah, so it took me a couple times, but yeah, no, I'm feeling it. I'm definitely feeling it. I think the reason why, and I was talking to my brother about this the other day. I think the main reason why is that I was hearkening back to, uh, Celebrity, and like the last the last NSYNC album. I was hearkening back to Celebrity. I was hearkening back to No Strings Attached. So those, and like you said, those are over 20 years old now. So so that they're different. There's going to be a different sound now, and yeah,
Well, yeah, I would not have expected them to sound exactly the same as they do today. Or did then. I would hope they would update, and I felt like the song felt appropriate for today's day and age, but it
yeah,
also felt very in sync. So I was happy with it. Did you see the new trailer for Aquaman 2,
yeah.
the Lost Kingdom?
There
So here's
there is
so it
way
has
too much going on right now in that
yes.
movie.
Um, I did not enjoy the trailer whatsoever. I have no interest in seeing the film, and especially even more so now knowing that uh, Jason Momoa has been recast to be playing Lobo moving forward in the DC universe. So what's the point?
This is exactly what I said when James Gunn was taking this over. What's going to happen? And it's already shaping up not to be good. You had a solid Aquaman. You had, if you decided to go with this new Batman, I'm okay with. You're getting rid of the Flash, which I'm not upset by, because I didn't really care for Ezra Miller anyways. Although I saw the Flash film finally, and because I went in with low expectations, it wasn't that bad. Um, I did kind of like the whole thing with, the one thing that I did I kind of got a kick out of was when the universes were colliding, and that you see the Nick Cage Superman that was supposed to be but never happened. And apparently I was talking to a guy and he was saying that's the whole mechanical spider thing or whatever he was fighting in that thing is what he was supposed to be fighting in that film, which I'm kind of glad it didn't get made because that would have probably been awful.
Well, that was Wild Wild West ruined that. So
Yeah, so so that was the whole thing. And so it was kind of cool seeing Christopher Reeves Superman was kind of cool. Seeing Golden Age Flash, seeing so like some of that stuff was actually pretty cool to see.
no love for Adam West and Burt Ward.
No, I mean didn't they have them?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like that.
I'm saying you didn't give no love.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I couldn't remember everybody. But the end with the George Clooney shout out.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Oh boy.
Yeah.
But no, like overall, like I said, I think Blue Beetle might be out on HBO Plus. I need to go check. Because I wanted to go see that and I just kind of missed it. But yeah, so I'm interested to see. No, I'm sorry. Stop that. Rewind. I do not like that he basically took everything that DC has even tried to do and scrapped it all. And so he's going to be starting over. But
I'd be fine with that if he scrapped it all instead of releasing Flash. That's not going to necessarily tie in. Instead of releasing this Aquaman 2, they should have just. And I get that they spent a lot of money on these films, but
then give me. You know what? If you're gonna waste money, if you're gonna
go straight to DVD.
If you're gonna put movies out that nobody's gonna see, give me the Batwoman movie, Batgirl movie, or whatever you were gonna give me. Mm-hmm. Give me that you already finished and you never released.
Yeah,
like give me that since it's not gonna even tie into anything. Give me it.
I agree with you.
Give me. I mean, and then you have like these Batmans, which I mean, I enjoyed. I think you said you were like kind of meh on it, but
I enjoyed the villains and the other characters more than I enjoyed Batman.
Yeah, like I said, for me it was one of those things. It was like seeing Batman starting out. It was very year one-ish. In the comics, it was very year one. I mean, besides having Penguin and all that kind of stuff, but I think I enjoyed that film, and I think if you were going to restart something, if you were going with a younger cast and things like that, take that Batman. He's young. He's probably old. You can be older than the others. That's fine to me. But like, he should be like, they should take Robert Pattinson and take that young Batman, and so he can grow with the franchise. Take whoever you're going to cast as young Superman, young whoever, and have them kind of just go through the series. But again, I think DC's jumping in. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy James Gunn's work. I like what he's done. I don't see how he's going to save this DC universe. As we've said before, or I've said before, I think the superhero genre itself, I think it's coming to an end. I mean,
I don't know if it's coming to an end, but it definitely is.
It's not as like, it doesn't have the appeal. The appeal, of course, people. I'm gonna go see stuff and everything else, but I think the appeal that it had, like when Iron Man, which they took a huge gamble on, and it paid off. Your Incredible Hulks, your Thors, your Captain Americas, leading up to that first Avengers film, like that was, of course, that was like prime and leading all the way up until all those films leading up to the Infinity Gauntlet and or to the Infinity Wars and Endgame. Like that was I mean, that kind of was it. That was the game. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I'm interested. I've been a Marvel guy since I was little, so I'm interested to see what they do. You know, the new Fantastic Four, this MCU, X-Men, you know, Deadpool now and being an MCU. I want to see where those go. But I think that this kind of it's coming to an end. And speaking of superhero films, and I don't know if you were going to bring this up, but the latest Marvel's trailer has not had me like juiced like I was. Like I was like the teaser trailers, I was like, yeah, I'm about that. But the new trailer, it's just all Captain Marvel. I'm kind of like, what?
So I will go back just for a moment on the Lobo front and say that evidently James Gunn is intending to introduce Jason Momoa's Lobo as the villain in the Superman film.
Bro, oh my god.
Which Lobo is at times a villain.
Yeah, but
well,
Lobo,
not really a villain. He's kind of like
he's kind of anti-villain, but Lobo is I don't know. Lobo's kind of sorry, I didn't mean to, I don't know, it's like Lobo's kind of mad at me. Like I like Lobo, but like I don't like Lobo. Jason Momoa seems too buff to be Lobo though. Like Lobo looks kind of, well,
I don't know. Lobo's pretty jacked. Generally.
Lobo is pretty yeah, but like what Lobo am I thinking of? I'm just thinking kind of like he was kind of slovenly, but you know.
Well, there's that. There is that. To your point with the new Marvel's trailer, yeah, I agree. I'm not terribly fond of this new trailer. I feel like it cools off.
Yeah, it like I thought they would. If you're gonna give me that teaser the way it was with, you know, like them switching powers and all that kind of stuff, and you only give me like a quick little snippet of them even together, but it focused like the entire trailer focused on Captain Marvel, which I was kind of like, wait.
Well, you don't know. I mean, they could be coming out with 3 separate trailers: one that focuses around her, one that focuses around Spectrum, and one that focuses around Miss Marvel.
That's true.
So I don't disagree with you. But if they do come out with those other ones, then it makes more sense of what they were doing.
Yeah, because like I said, like when you gave, but if you're gonna do that, then you should have given me like.
You also have to remember this was
spread those out, I guess, because
this was originally intended to be Captain Marvel 2.
Yeah.
So you know this is her film, just bringing in other characters, just like Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness. Nobody really thinks of it as Doctor Strange's film because there's so much else going on, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was like, you know, you had this, you know, Scarlet Witch turning like bad. You had who really leaned into that Scarlet Witch status. You
just had a lot, is my point, right? And so yeah,
the Illuminati.
I'm gonna wait and see before I pass too much judgment.
No, I'm not passing any judgment on it. Like I plan on seeing that film, but it was just like that trailer threw me because the teaser trailer was so good. To have it, like you said, have it cooled down by this trailer was kind of like, wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know. How about this one? A reboot of Frasier.
What?
Oh, did you not see this?
No.
Yes, I posted this back on September 18th onto our page.
I went through and I didn't go back today and look through everything. I looked at what I might have missed the last week or so, but
yes,
I don't remember that one at all.
Yes, Frasier is back. The tag is same Frasier, new skyline. The new series follows Dr. Frasier Crane in the next chapter of his life as he returns to Boston with new challenges to face, new relationships to forge, and an old dream or two to finally fulfill. I didn't enjoy the first Frasier. I think they're going to probably lean in and try and do some Cheers reunion type stuff.
I mean you know what I didn't love Frasier, but I watched Frasier off and on throughout, you know, its run, and you know the mostly because of the theme song. I dug the theme song. But no, like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was. Like are Niles and Daphne gonna be around, or is it just
No clue.
Kelsey Grammer?
No clue.
No.
Don't care. I won't watch it. I have no interest.
I'll give it a check.
The only reason I posted it was because how ridiculous I think it is, especially if
It
you
is kind of ridiculous.
if you watch the trailer and you look at the image they used for the trailer. It's
Oh, baby, I hear the blues are calling, toss salad and scrambled eggs.
Thank you. Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 remastered. What do you think about that? No.
I mean, like they were what they were at the time. I don't know even if remastering. Hey, is there a Tomb Raider series somewhere? Like a live action Tomb Raider series somewhere?
I don't know. I know they
Like I
did a
swear to
couple
Bob,
of-
I swear I saw something about that, and I can't remember.
I know
where
they did some movies, but
I know they did some movies, and like I know like there was the two with Angelina Jolie, and there was another one with this other young lady, which I can't remember her name. I actually was gonna go look for that because I wanted to see it, but I swear there was like some series or something that was gonna be coming, and I can't remember where I saw it, or even if I might be making stuff up.
probably.
I mean, maybe I dreamed it. I don't know, but I just remember very vividly seeing that there was a Tomb Raider series coming out, or it was maybe called Legend of Lara Croft or something like that. I'll have to look for that. Yeah, if I find it, I'll post it.
So, are you going to be watching this Sunday for the Wonderful World of Disney, Disney's 100th anniversary celebration?
Well, I'm gonna probably have to DVR it, but the only reason I'm even gonna watch is because I've already seen Encanto like twice. I've seen I've seen Encanto twice. Watched the live at the Hollywood Bowl thing, and the only reason I'm even gonna watch it is for the short.
Yeah, so it is listed as ABC is celebrating 100 years of Disney this fall with an evening of magical programming hosted by Kelly Ripa. ABC will begin the evening with an episode of America's Funniest Videos, followed by a lineup that will include exclusive moments featuring Kelly Ripa and sneak peeks at upcoming Disney projects featuring the broadcast world premiere of Walt Disney Animation's new animated short film, Once Upon a Studio, and the beloved film Encanto. The Wonderful World of Disney, Disney's 100th anniversary celebration, airs Sunday, October 15th, 8 p.m. Eastern and Pacific. So specifically the Once Upon a Studio, which I agree with you is the main thing I care about seeing. This is what it says for it. An all-star ensemble of beloved characters from Walt Disney Animation Studios come together in Once Upon a Studio for a joyful, entertaining, and emotional reunion as they assemble for a spectacular group photo to mark Disney's 100th anniversary, featuring 543 Disney characters from more than 85 feature-length and short films. Once Upon a Studio welcomes heroes and villains, princes and princesses, sidekicks and sorcerers in all new hand-drawn and CG animation to celebrate 10 decades of storytelling, artistry, and technology achievements.
Right.
Directed by Dan Abram and Trent Corey and produced by Yvette Moreno and Bradford Simison. Once Upon a Studio marks its broadcast debut on ABC on October 15th, 2023.
Yeah, like I remember just seeing the trailer when Elsa and Anna are walking by the photo of Kristoff, and she's like, "Not all the villains are going to show up, right?" And she goes, and Elsa literally turns to the photo as he's trying to jump out and just freezes it, and I was like, "I'm in." I don't know why that was. I mean, I was kind of sold on it when I first saw it, like with Mickey and Minnie, and old school Mickey and Minnie jumping out of the photos, which. You know how my feelings about the new
My Black Sun.
Oh, I was like, hello, my sons. What? Jesus again? I'm sure you remember that story.
Yes. We can't tell that here.
Yeah, we can't tell that here. But no, when I saw that trailer, I was like, okay, I'm okay with this. I dig that idea. So yeah, I'm down with that.
Did you see the new trailer for Wish?
Yeah, yeah. Which
Are you
was
more interested now?
yeah. It gave me a little bit more. Like I thought this guy was. I mean, I knew he was supposed to be the villain, but like to see like the kind of sideways, like she's so what it reminded me of. It reminded me of Wicked.
Mm.
It reminded me of Wicked, where she's so she's so excited to go and work for this, like in Elphaba in Wicked is so excited to to finally be able to work with the wizard, and I can't remember this girl's name in this film, but she's so excited to go be working with the king, and then they find out what they find out.
Asha, by the
Asha.
way.
Yes. Then they find out their kind of ulterior motives. And it's like, oh, that's not fun. And so it's basically them, that's as soon as I saw it, and like it actually it just kind of hit me when we started talking about it right now, was that it's very much like Wicked. Trying to catch this person after they're trying to keep people safe. They're trying to keep what these people believe, but kind of these people now they've had so much power, that they kind of turn the people on them. So I'm very interested. I am interested to see this film, due to the fact that it's supposed to be this whole, the very first Wish Upon a Star. So, which has been, like we talked about when the first trailer came out, which has been a Disney staple for, the past 100 years.
Pretty close, yeah. Did you see the trailer for Argyle?
Yeah. Of course, I'm tired, so tired of stop putting movies. Oh, I guess it's going to be released in theaters because I kind of do want to see this. But yeah, this Apple Plus thing, or I mean, like ugh, I just don't.
It is also produced by Universal. It is going to get theatrical.
Okay, so then I will be able to see it. But like,
yeah, so
it's another one of those. This person writes a story and
it hits a little too close to home.
Yeah, because this is kind of like the last movie with what's his name, Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock, and, and funny enough, Daniel Radcliffe, where she's just she writes about a treasure, but the treasure apparently is true. This is so it's kind of along the same lines of that, where a book has been written and there is way more truth than there should be.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you kind of unwittingly was writing this stuff, but just kind of as a fantasy. But I'm I'm digging John Cena. I love seeing John Cena and stuff because he's literally just playing like almost even a more farcical version of his WWE personality.
Yeah,
In a lot of the stuff. Yeah. So I dig seeing John Cena and stuff. But it looks like a very entertaining film.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Did you see Behind the Attraction is finally getting a season 2?
Yeah, saw that. So it looks like they're going into World of Color, which I'm very interested to see.
So it's Nighttime Spectaculars.
It's just that's what it is.
It'll probably include Phantasmic and other stuff. So
yeah, because during the trailer, it looked like they showed a little bit of Phantasmic.
So I'll tell you right now exactly what the episodes are. There's 6 new episodes.
Okay.
So they're doing Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, okay.
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Wait. Sorry. Go back. When you say Pirates of the Caribbean, are we talking about the one in like Beijing? Or are we talking about that? Because that one's like probably
usually when they do these, it incorporates all of the different parks.
Okay, because that'd be interesting to see.
They'll start off with the history of the original, and then
right, because I know the one in Beijing is probably one of the most technologically advanced ones of pirates. But yeah, so okay, cool.
So then Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Yeah, I saw that.
Indiana Jones Adventure,
Yeah.
an episode on Epcot, which is interesting
Okay.
because there's a lot of
There's
rides at
yeah,
Epcot.
there's a lot, and a
There's
lot
a
has
lot of
changed.
attractions too.
Yes, and a lot has changed at Epcot.
Yeah, I feel like you could do an entire episode just on the World Showcase. So I don't know. That one will be interesting.
I'm sure they're probably going to be. I'm sure it's going to involve most of that almost the front of the park. Like almost World Showcase should be its own episode, like you
Yeah.
said.
So then there will be an episode on the food.
Yeah, and which actually is really kind of interesting due to the fact that when you think about Disney parks, you don't realize how much goes into the food. I mean, when we went to Pim's Test Kitchen, just the what they did with the forks and the stuff going over Disney is so just immersive in everything that they do with like the pretzels these tiny pretzels going in, these big pretzels coming out. Of course they're fake, of course, but you're not gonna because you're not eating those. But like just to see like the intricacy of it all is so just it's crazy, mind blowing how they pull all this stuff off.
Sure. So, and then the last episode is, as I already referenced, Nighttime Spectaculars.
So we're going to be talking probably. I mean, I think they're probably going to be focusing a lot on the
Main Street
new.
Electrical Parade.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that one. 'Cause forgot
I
about
think they've
that.
got to do Main Street Electrical Parade. I think
Have
they've
to.
got to do Phantasmic.
Right.
They've got to do World of Color.
I mean, almost there should be a couple different episodes on that just alone. Because this fireworks, especially with the new one. Oh no, they did a whole thing on that one. Never mind. They might not have to do that, but like I think especially with all the nighttime stuff they have going on, especially like old school Main Street electrical parade. That was like the first one, and then went into Phantasmic and all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
So before we dive into some update information on KaboomCon,
There you go. You finally got it.
Before we go into that, I thought we should give an update on Disney, our Disney trip coming up in just about a month.
Yeah.
So actually getting slightly cut short. So you will only be there. So us collectively will only be there for a couple of days instead of many days as originally intended.
Right.
So what happened there? Because we were talking about doing 5 full days.
Yeah. So unfortunately, during that time, at our, which I still don't quite understand because I don't see the bigness of it. Maybe just because I'm not a fan of it at all, because I don't really follow it or anything like that. But F1 is in town, and that's pretty much taking over this damn city for like a week.
Now, here's what I don't understand about that. So F1, the race isn't until Saturday after we get back from Disneyland.
Right.
So
the main thing
do they think people are actually coming in a week early?
Yeah. So it's literally all hands on deck for like that entire week. That entire week is all hands on deck, which like I said, I don't know if maybe I didn't say it here. So my buddy Rob, his cousin Jimmy, who lives up in Reno, is very much into F1, and which I've known Jimmy for like over 10 years now, and I didn't know about that. But we're not like super close, but like I love hanging out with him. And so I was talking to Rob because Rob came down. He was here around my birthday, so he actually joined on my birthday dinner, and we were talking about it. And he was saying that Jimmy wanted to come down to see the race here, and it was just the pricing is just so expensive. It's actually cheaper for him and his wife to go to Milan and watch F1 than it was to come to their own state, because they live up in Reno, to come to their own state to watch F1. So I was like, that's crazy.
honestly, I probably would buy it.
Well,
Because of
and
the
it,
lawn,
it
but
does appear that general admission is sold out.
yeah,
So you couldn't even if you wanted to. So it looks like the cheapest tickets available right now are in the T-Mobile Zone at the Sphere.
that's so crazy because the that is so far away from the T-Mobile Center. Well, not
and it
so
looks
far,
like
but it's
the cheapest tickets for one day are $340.
nope. Probably
For
because I
one
just
day.
don't. Probably because I just don't care.
And that's just a portion of the track. So I
Yeah,
actually
that's my main thing. That's the other big thing about it. I just don't like. That's what I don't understand is with this, right? You're seeing a piece of it. You're not seeing the whole. I mean, okay, there's probably gonna be screens and all that kind of garbage, but like I just don't see the thrill of watching these people race. Honestly.
so I never looked at this before.
Oh yeah, I actually never saw what the map was either.
So I'm trying to see where the starting line is. Uh, yeah, I
I
have
would
no.
imagine in front of those. I would imagine it's going to be in front of those the grandstands.
Where do you see the grandstand?
Well, I'm saying I know the grandstands are at the Bellagio. Like there's grandstands set up at the Bellagio.
There's grandstands all along. So all of these
Oh.
these T4, T3, these are all different grandstands that are set up.
Okay. I thought I didn't
So yeah,
realize that.
this is floating down past the MGM Grand, past the Hilton, comes down by the MGM Zone, which is by the Cosmopolitan, past the Caesar. So this is the main strip coming down and around, down past TI, Treasure Island, whips around, goes out around the Sphere. So yeah, huge track. I also didn't realize, so it is actually 3 days: Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It looks like.
Oh. Well, damn. Okay.
Yeah. So Friday's tickets, the cheapest is $500 right now.
Yeah. Don't care.
Saturday cheapest is $1,300.
Yeah.
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 Or if you want to do a 3-day ticket, it opened up to a different site.
What?
Let's see. Your cheapest 3-day ticket is
at least 3 G's.
Oh, hold on. Okay. So you got okay, let's go here. Sure, why not? Whatever, I don't care. Just tell me a price. $2,180.
Oh, okay, a little bit less than what I thought, but still a lot of money.
Yes, and these appear to be standing room only.
I'm not definitely. That's a race. That's something I'm not standing up for.
Oh wait, here's some with seats. If you want a seat, yeah, still $2,180. So I don't know what the I don't
behind obstructed view. Those are obstructed view.
Yeah. So
I wonder if they're gonna put something up on the Sphere, like broadcast pieces of the race on the Sphere. No, I don't think they can broadcast on the Sphere.
I saw so U2 has started their residency, if you will.
Yeah, I know.
And Sherry asks, "What is F1?" It's Formula One racing.
Formula One racing.
Yes.
The race cars that not the race car. They're different. They're different form of race car. They're not they're not NASCAR cars. They are. They almost remind me of go-karts.
It's go-karts.
I mean, like just like bigger, badder go-karts. Remember, like at what was that? Malibu Grand Prix.
I think of slot racers. Like if you had a slot car.
Oh, you remember Malibu Grand Prix? They had those cars.
Malibu Grand Prix.
Malibu. You remember that, right?
Sure. No,
yeah,
not really.
Like
but
those cars right there, Sherry. Those are what we're talking about.
Yeah. So, yeah. Needless to say, I would not spend anywhere close to that. But going back to what I was saying about U2 started their residency at the Sphere. Have you seen some of the videos coming out of there?
I saw only one. I saw like one.
That is extremely impressive.
No, the Sphere is dope. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm very interested because they have a video coming out there in a couple weeks. That's like I mean, it's $50, but at the same time, I kind of want to go see what that's about.
I'm confused. They have a video coming out that you want to go see. What do you mean?
There's like a movie that's going to be played inside the Sphere.
Okay.
That there was film teams that were sent out all over the place to shoot this film for the Sphere, and so I'm interested to see what they kind of came back with.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Whatever.
So anyways, Disneyland still going, but a more
Oh yeah,
condensed
right.
trip.
Right. Ooh, rewind. Okay, so basically it's all hands on deck for that. So unfortunately I wasn't able to get that the time. I had to call that back. So
But you are still you will still
I'm
be
still going. Yes, so I will be leaving on Monday as soon as I get off of work.
So where are
like
you
that.
staying? Because you still have yet to be able to actually tell me. You
Oh.
constantly say, I'll tell you. Do you actually have a room? Like, I'm like, this guy's going to
Yes.
show up and sleep in his car.
Yes,
And
no,
want
I
to
do
come
have
and take a shower in my room or something.
Yes, I do have a room. Hold on, I'll be right back. Hold on.
Oh, so you don't know where you're staying. Okay. That's typical James. Everyone, that's him.
All
so
right.
so this is a month away and you don't know where you're staying.
No, I know where I know like where I'm staying. I just don't know.
You
where
tell
I'm
me it's around the corner.
Yeah,
That's
it is
where I
around-
get really concerned because it's like
staying. There's a lot of corners. No, hold on. Let me get in here. Get in.
you don't know. Is it a hotel? Is it a what?
Yeah. Oh, it's the so it's the Indigo Anaheim main gate. That's what it says. That was the
Hotel Indigo.
yeah.
Okay, so that's nowhere close to where I'm staying. Just because, yeah.
Well, when I looked at the thing, when I looked at the map of where it's at, they said it's basically around the corner from. I looked at that and I looked at Tropicana, and it didn't look like that far.
Okay, so just for point of reference, here is your Hotel Indigo, which is one of the older facilities in the area. I don't remember what it used to be called. So when you and I went with my folks a number of years ago, about over a decade ago at this point, we stayed over here at the Little Boy Blue. I don't know if you remember.
I remember that.
And we walked around the corner to meet Miss IL over here at the IHOP.
Miss IL.
So you are staying over here, and you have a block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks to get to the main gate. So I'll be over here at the Tropicana. So yeah, you're not very close. I mean, definitely you will have to. You might as well call me when you're walking to the park, and we can definitely meet up out here. But yeah, you're a little bit farther away. That's not going to be a fun walk at the end of the night.
I have no problem with my steps.
You're going to get your steps in during the day, so
Still, I have no problem getting them steps.
I still think you're going to be dragging by the end, but whatever. Moving on. So let's talk about.
Give them something to talk about. Oh, I grabbed one of the pineapple ones that I had last week.
Oh,
That's the last one of the pineapple ones I had from last week.
you'll be happy to be done with that.
No. This one was actually I like this one. It was the smoked one that I was like.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. So let's talk about Kaboom Con.
I'm glad you're finally getting behind the name.
I was trying to get you to do it. I was setting you
Oh,
up.
I'm sorry.
Let's talk about
Sorry.
it, and I waited, and
Here, hold on. Give it to me again.
nope.
Nope.
Not gonna do it.
Ah, damn. Okay. Well,
No. So we can, as of today, announce a new vendor that is coming on.
excited.
Orb Weaver 3D.
Why is they so dark? Is that how they?
This is the logo I found on their page. So
Orb Weaver.
Orb
3D.
Weaver 3D, and kind of interesting. I went to their webpage just to take a look and see what they and
Oh,
they
play.
sell earrings and little dragons.
They're like dragons, I see.
Yeah. So this is what Orb Weaver 3D will be bringing to Kaboom Con.
All right, so
So
Orb Weaver, Orb Weaver, welcome to Kaboom Con.
indeed, and we talked about this a little while back, but we announced that we are having a cosplay contest.
Yep,
Because you can't have a Comic-Con without a cosplay contest.
of course you can't.
So there will be 8 categories.
8
DC,
categories. That's a lot of
8.
categories.
8. One winner for each
One
category.
winner. Okay.
So that's DC,
DC.
Marvel,
Okay.
Indies,
So we're talking about like
anything aside from DC or Marvel.
Okay, so we're talking about like your Dark Horse comics, your what is that, Image?
Anything that's not DC or Marvel.
Okay.
If you wanted to do something from
So
Kid
Black
Hero,
Sands.
if you
Ooh.
wanted to do something from Beyond Time, if you
Yeah.
wanted to do something from whoever, you
Do
can
it.
do that.
Do that.
We see this comment way too often. Like, it's not funny anymore. Like, it wasn't funny the first time,
No.
but like, you know,
Duh.
yeah. So, anyways, Star Wars. So, and that's from the whole lexicon. Anything.
I mean, listen, I'll tell you right now, if someone shows up with like, you know, an Ahsoka costume, maybe an Ezra Bridger, you know, what's her name? You know, you give me something from Ahsoka, you know, I'm gonna look at you for sure.
Okay. Do you have a Dono link?
What the hell is a dono?
It sounds like a setup for a joke. I don't know.
It does.
Disney, so that's anything from Disney. So I guess you could technically
got 100 years to work with.
Yeah. So, and obviously Star Wars, Marvel are their own thing. So
Yeah.
don't try to say I'm in the Disney category, but I'm
Nah. Oh, for people to on Twitch, people like to donate money to streamers.
Yeah, nobody wants to give us money. So
I mean, you know, if they do,
yeah.
I'm very good.
I've
not playing games or anything, so a lot of times they donate to people who are playing games. So
yeah, thanks. Okay, no hope to scope. No hopes to scope. I appreciate you being willing to give us money, but
yeah, I mean, if you just want to, you know, you know how you can give us money. Why don't you just come on out to Carson City for
Kaboom Con?
You know, next September 7th.
Yes,
and
September 7th, 2024.
Right.
So anime. So again, that's anything anime.
There is a lot there.
Yes,
a lot.
Video game, which you know is a huge category as well.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you come as like like an Assassin's Creed character, we're definitely gonna look at you. If you come as like a Mario character, we probably gonna look at you. If you come as the dog from Duck Hunt, I'm definitely looking at you.
You already look like the dog from Duck Hunt. So
your ass.
and then we've got group. And so group, of course, is however many people you want. You're just splitting the prize. So
yeah, I don't know if you want to do. You maybe want to do like 2 people in your group.
Yeah, we've got Kaboom Con. I'm sorry, Pop Culture Kaboom. Check it out. And Quack. Who you calling to Quack?
Yo, that dog was cold blooded.
Yeah, that dog was pretty evil.
Just laugh at you, like I always wanted to shoot that dog. Like, stop laughing.
I did very often. Like,
yeah,
you know, because when that game came out, we were like, you know, 5, 6, 7, right?
Yeah.
8, and you know, I don't know about you, but I was one of those kids that was like throwing the remote.
Oh no, I was never that kid because I knew how much the thing cost my parents. So I was like, I'm gonna be gentle with this stuff. But But yeah, no, the dog. He'd make me mad.
Yeah.
Hey, look, hey, were you one of those kids that would go up to the screen, like when it got too fast, when it started getting real fast, you'd like be up on the screen, that's like pull the trigger?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man,
So so we've got 8 categories. Each winner of a category is going to get a custom trophy
yeah. And we showed you the
and
trophies a couple weeks ago, so they're really nice. They're nice trophies.
a cash prize.
Cash money.
So we will have the application, if you will, for cosplayers as we get closer to the event.
Yeah, and
so you'll be able to choose which category you're saying you're doing and all of that kind of fun stuff. And at the event, of course, we're going to have the cosplay parade, if you will, where each person will get to come up, spend some time on stage, and that's going to be on the main stage.
Yeah.
So that's going to be in the big 550 seat theater.
So bring your friends.
Yes.
Bring your wife, bring your kids. You can bring them. You don't have to hide them this time. You can bring your wife, bring your kids, bring everybody.
Yes. But with that being announced,
we're judging everybody out here
and being discussed, we do have to talk about the fact that in order to do that, to do a cosplay contest and everything, you really need help. You really need someone to really help with organization and finding proper judges and really running that piece. And I am pleased to announce here and now that Cosplay for Kindness, a Northern Nevada-based company,
CFK,
soon to be nonprofit. They are not officially. They're still waiting for the paperwork.
I remember they were getting that paperwork done when at the ARICON.
Yes, the con that should not be named. No, just kidding. So Cosplay for Kindness will be at KaboomCon and will be running the cosplay contest overall. So it's going to be
hosted by your black friend, and hopefully I can get one of them because I don't want.
I am certain we will have probably somebody from CFK joining on stage. We will have a couple of microphones anyway, so can definitely do that. So it's getting real. We're getting stuff lined up, and it's gonna be fun.
Yay!
So before we go, of course, something we definitely have to talk about is I don't know about you, but my favorite audio drama out there.
What?
And before we dive into the show a little too much, I do have to. Well, I've got to take a moment as 97 to Now, and I think it's important that we put out there.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
97 to Now Productions. That company that we.
Yeah, just making sure.
Yeah. Thanks. So, it has been brought to our attention.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this once. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm going to get over with, and we'll just move. But it has been brought to our attention that there are individuals that 97 to Now Productions have worked with in the past.
Yeah.
That, there have been complaints about people that we've worked with in the past, and the only thing I'm going to say on the topic is that once we became aware of issues, we severed ties and have not worked with those people anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name names because that's
it's not what we do. It's not a big deal.
But we want to make sure that people out there know that 97 Now Productions wants to be a welcoming environment.
Yeah.
We want to be a collaborative environment.
Yeah.
We want to bring in talented individuals from all areas, from writers, from music, from talent, acting, from whatever.
And look, if you don't know this by now, 97 Now is worldwide, baby.
That's right. So we are here to hopefully foster an environment of collaboration and caring. And with that being said, we will always try and do our best to make sure that the people that work with us and for us and everything hopefully are appreciated.
Yeah.
And
we definitely want, like, I don't know if you've noticed, but I mean, the people that have, if you've watched our interviews from the past few weeks of people who've worked on Murphy's Inc., they truly appreciate being on this project. Like that's one of the big things that we've stressed from day one, is, you know, especially as directors and executive producers on this, we've always made sure, even at the end of just a session, we're always like, hey, thank you for coming, thank you for being here type stuff. We always want to make sure we show them the love that and the appreciation that they deserve, because they're taking time. You know, I don't know if you guys know this, and I think we've probably talked about it, but they are taking times out of their schedules. And again, we are worldwide. So, I mean, we got Kirsty Harris, Kirsty coming in from England. So she's, you know, sometimes I think we try and arrange it so it's during the daytime
as much
for her,
as we can.
as much as we can. But you know, like she comes and gives, these people are giving their time to us, and we make sure. That's the biggest thing. We want to make sure that they know, and I think it's also because we're actors and you know, as well. So that, you know, we've done a lot of shows that are, you know, that are, we don't get paid for, and um, you know, we've done some that do, and don't get me wrong, that's nice, but
That's not what we do it for.
yeah, not, we do it for the love, and honestly, sometimes just that, hey guys, you're doing a great job, you know, and then if like the directors, producers come up to you and be like, hey, you're killing it out there, we appreciate you. That goes so far as a just as a, you know, what do you call it, a that a boy. That a boy.
Atta
Oh,
boy.
I'm sorry, attaboy. That goes so far just to, you know, just to give you, just know that they thank you for what you're doing, and that they appreciate you spending time on that project.
Yeah, and don't
so,
waste talent's time.
oh no,
And by
no,
talent,
no.
that's a phrase we use in the industry of talking about the actors.
That's the
Don't,
industry.
but that's not just actors, right? Like,
No,
don't
but
waste people's time.
director's time, your producer's time, your writer's time, because
Yeah.
like, you know,
If you've got people scheduled to come in at a specific time to do a session, that's what they're there to do. They're not there to listen to you chit chat. They're not there
Right.
to chit chat. They're there to do their job and move
get
on.
going. And that's the thing, and one of the things that you know, I Mark is very good about doing is making sure that you know, when we make a schedule for recording, we stick as close to that schedule as possible. And if somebody jumps on who, you know, we're not quite done yet, and we have, you know, we have a little bit of time, or they're early or whatnot, you know, he'll let them know, hey, you know, I've been on some of these calls, and he's like, hey, we're running a little bit behind, but you know, so we're still finishing up some stuff. Give us about 15 minutes or so, and you know, then you can come back in, or I will text you or email you when we're ready for you to come in, so that they're not sitting on there waiting for their turn to come up. They can go take care of life, and then, you know, when we're actually ready for them and ready to go, we can bring them on in, get it done, and then they can get on back with life.
Yeah, communication to me is one of the most important pieces. You know,
I think that gets lost on some of these shows.
I agree. And so, all of this to say, we will always try and do our best to make sure our people that work with us know that they're appreciated. And by all means, if there's ever a time where you don't think you are, call us out.
Yo, for sure. Let us know.
We want to know if we need to do better.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that we've tried to do the best we can with what we're working with, and we appreciate, and I hope, you know, whoever, if you're not a part of the, if you're not a part of the family, or you know, you want to be a part of the family, just know this part right now: we 100% appreciate everything that you've done, or everything that you will do with us. You know, like, I can't tell you, we we show so much love to our music guy, to our
Louis Palfrey.
We show so much love to our editor, and
Joe Bly.
Yeah, and our artists, Michael Leone.
Michael Leone.
Michael
the Clone
Leone.
Ones LLC.
Yo, I'm just saying, like, I think so, you know, we definitely appreciate everybody who works with us. We definitely do, because again, we are actors first and foremost. This production company came out of not even almost a necessity, but just a love for what we do, bringing new light shining or not bringing new light, but shining new light on artists who aren't discovered yet. You know, one of our, I mean, like Connor Howard, I love that guy. You know, we got why am I blanking on his name right now? Young guy was with us a couple weeks ago.
Quinn
Plays
Cafarata
Philippe.
Jenkins.
Quinn Cafarata Jenkins, that guy right there.
He's gonna be somebody. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like we love. If you come and join us, right? Even if you're doing other stuff and you blow up, cool. You don't, you know, just you don't even have to really show us love. You know, just
Look,
say, you know, like, hey.
Here's an example, right? This guy, Tyrus.
Yeah.
He's an okay actor. I mean, you know, he's not the worst.
Definitely.
He has a tendency to like to do this too much. It's his way of like getting into character stuff. Anyways.
Is that executive? Hey, we appreciate everything that you.
That dates back to the Crucible.
Oh,
yeah.
Whoa.
So, anyways, Tyrus, for an example, he's a guy that was out of the game for a long time.
Yeah.
We drug him back in. Not only did we drug him back in, but now he's a writer.
We make him write.
And he's not half good.
But he's also not half bad.
Exactly. So
Mwah. Love you, Tyrus.
Yes. We have fun here. So, anyways, all of this to say, if at any time anyone in 97 Now Productions makes you feel unappreciated, makes you feel unwelcome, you need to let us know. Because we will address it very quickly, as we have in the past, and we will continue to.
Into the future.
That's all I'm going to say on that.
Yeah, no doubt. I appreciate that. That's you know what? That was good, bro.
There's just been a lot of stuff coming out in the last couple of weeks about some things that we've been attached to or work with, and I felt like
we've talked about this.
Yeah.
And I think that's as far as it needs to go. And I think you said it very eloquently. We don't need to name names. We don't need to do any of that stuff. We pushing on. We keep on pushing on. We gonna do what we gonna do. That's all it's gonna be.
And Tyrus isn't sure whether to say thank you or F you. So
you know what? A little bit of both.
Yeah. Take it how you like it.
Yeah. Any way you want it, that's the way you need it.
All right, so let's talk about Murphy's Inc. because there's a couple of big.
Sorry, real
big
quick.
things.
How many of those things do you have left?
2. This is only my second one, but it's almost
okay.
done.
My bad. Yeah. And done.
It is now gone. So
okay.
I am going to start on my third one here.
Actually, just so if you guys were wondering, if I didn't say, I dug into that pineapple IPA. If I didn't say that earlier.
Are you drunk already? Because you already did say that.
Did I say that? I knew I might have, but it's been a while. So yeah.
Anyways, Tyrus loves this. Misplaced love. So, anyways, we've got some big stuff to talk about with Murphy's Inc. Because one, this Sunday.
Yeah.
This Sunday is episode
Sunday.
Episode number 8.
Number 8?
Number 8 out of 15. And this is really, when you think about this, season 1 was only 6 episodes.
We'd already be finished with season. We're already done with season 1.
Yeah. So here we are.
We're 2 episodes past.
Yeah. We with this episode, we'll have passed the halfway point of season 2.
Yeah.
Technically, because it's 15 episodes,
right.
So halfway through episode 8, and we're there.
I was gonna say, when you get to episode 8, you're halfway through episode 8, then you're good.
Yeah.
We have
so really quickly, let's talk about episode 8 because we've got the world premiere of the art for episode 8. Are you ready to see it?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. And let me get rid of us.
Yeah.
Murphy's Inc. Do you really want knowledge?
Ooh, intriguing.
So this is episode 8 art, and now for the synopses.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Having located the librarian and finishing up their work at the House of Wisdom, it's about time to head back to HQ. Only someone isn't really ready to leave.
Who could that be?
So obviously in this art, we have our characters that we've been enjoying throughout this arc. We've got Demba, or Intern 2, or
No, because my
Find
name's
out.
not it. Yeah.
And we've got Demba who's talking with Yushri. Looks
Yeah.
like Yushri's smoking a hookah.
Yeah. We in that same
And-
lounge, bruh.
Laid out on the bed, we've got the librarian
Just
chillaxing,
Just reminiscing.
thinking about the night before.
Yeah.
And of course, we've got Daphne, or Kaun. So yeah, this is the final episode of this arc.
It's been a long time.
Yeah,
I feel
it's-
I feel like this one. Wait, how many was Sylphia?
Sylphium was 3 episodes.
Okay, so yeah, we did. Yeah, this was the longest arc.
And really, when you think about season 1, it was 4 episodes really with the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
And so, this arc here was 4 episodes.
Yeah, this is all of season 1.
Yeah. So this is the final episode of this arc,
Yeah,
which is nice. It's time to head back to HQ.
Yeah.
Except somebody's not quite ready.
this one gets emotional, people.
It very well could. It could get emotional.
Get you in your feels.
So I am a little bit curious about the art, because you're just to pull back the curtain a little bit. You're the primary person who works on the art, with our artist, Michael Leone from the Clone Ones LLC.
Yeah.
And I gotta ask, out of curiosity, why are there candles lit when it appears to be daylight out?
That was primarily. You know what? I kind of didn't even.
Just say I don't know. Just say I don't know.
No, because originally it was a nighttime picture. Originally, everything was at night, and then going back and reading everything, it was like, oh yeah.
And Mark Zuffalo says sets the mood.
There you go.
The mood for Daphne and the librarian.
Yeah, maybe there's not enough daylight coming in. Yeah, that's it. No, it was actually originally a nighttime scene, and so but everything, of course, during this it takes place during the day. So we just didn't blow out the candles. We just kind of let the candles burn.
Sure. Let's go with that. And I see there's a lot of boxes and luggage that seems a little bit out of place for the time period, but this is 1258 AD Baghdad.
Well, we brought stuff with us from the future, and so we just kind of hiding it away in the room. So now we gotta load it back up so we can get back home.
A little brown chicken, brown cow.
No, that was the librarian and Fayyad.
Yes, the night before.
Yep.
Yes, I do always enjoy looking at the art and critiquing it, just to give you a hard time, because also looking at this room, clearly this is a mirrored image in the background, right?
Is it?
Well, yeah, because there's a table there and a table there, a table there and a table there, and there's a line down the middle that appears to be where the mirroring happens.
Yeah. Could be just a very interesting room. I don't know.
Chess table. Yeah. Okay.
There's chess tables in the place, so
Okay. And Tyra says it's incense. It stank in there.
It's
What kind of stank?
A lot of dudes just hanging out. Probably, there's no deodorant.
A lot of dudes hanging out in Daphne and the librarian's room.
Oh, you're talking. Oh, I thought you were talking about in the other spot.
I think he's saying this is incense.
Oh, okay. He's saying the candles are incense. Well, clearly you've never seen incense burning. So
Okay. So, anyways, episode 8 comes out this Sunday.
This Sunday.
And then
Tell them what's gonna happen.
The following Friday,
Yeah.
episode 8 will release worldwide.
Worldwide.
Yes, because this Sunday it will be on KNVC 95.1 FM, Carson City Community Radio, and knvc.org.
Zuffalo's so excited.
Hold on. Look at the librarian's face. Somebody farted. Hold on. Let's zoom in. And I mentioned this to James when I looked at this art originally. Why she got the lazy eye?
She's tired.
And she does have a little bit of that stank face, like, it's a little musky up in here.
That's why the candles are burning. There you go. Somebody farted. Intern 2 farted before he left. And it lingered.
Sounds like you. So anyways,
That's
this
your
Sunday,
farts, bro.
95.1 FM KMVC, Carson Valley, or Carson City Community Radio. If you're local, if you're not, you can listen to it on knvc.org.
.org.
And that'll be at 9 p.m. immediately following Pop Culture
Kaboom.
where they discuss the 7 pillars of pop culture. Fantastic show.
Are you gonna be on that this week?
No.
Okay, I just wanted
No,
to-
I'm only trying to show up over there like once a month or so to talk about the con. I don't want people to get overloaded.
You know what? I like that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, so
Big thumbs up.
Jimmy at one point did say, "Oh, we should have you come on and do a weekly update." I'm like, "No.
Nah.
No, nobody wants that much of me." So yeah, my original thought was, I'll call in, once a month or whatever to kind of talk about where we're at. And it just so happened that this last week, when I was on the show for the entire time, one of their normal hosts, who we've had on here before, Spencer Stoner, he was out, and so Jimmy said, "Hey, you want to fill the seat?" And I was like, "Well, I kind of feel like I'm cheating on James a little bit, but
Bring me in, coach.
yeah."
Yeah, he called me. He called me about that. I was like, "Hey, I feel like I'm cheating." I was like, "Bro, go. Like, it's not that big of a deal. We all family. Pop Culture Kaboom's in the 97 and Now family, so we good."
That's right. So, anyways, so next Friday, so a week from this Friday,
That is correct.
it'll go worldwide through
Worldwide.
all podcast players out there.
Wherever you get it.
Which, before I make this announcement, I do got to say, season 2 of Murphy's Inc.,
Yes.
we are seeing on average 2.5 times the amount of downloads than we were in season 1 per episode. Yeah. So our audience has grown significantly.
As it should have.
I'm just saying.
And I can
You
also
nailed
say that season 2 of Murphy's Inc. finally is making its way to Dramify. So we will be over there.
Oh, I thought we were already there, but
Season 1 is.
Yeah.
We're now starting to add season 2 over to Dramify.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So that'll be good. We'll get some more.
Shout out to Dramify.
Shout out Dramify. Fantastic group over there. We love working with them.
Yeah.
So yeah, the big announcement is that Murphy's Inc. will be taking a 2 week hiatus.
Now look, I want to make sure that everybody understands this ain't no Game of Thrones hiatus. This is just 2 weeks.
Yes, not 2 years or
Yeah. We go because the reason why we're giving you 2 weeks is because this episode 8,
it's heavy.
it's heavy. It weighs on your soul. So we just need you to, we need you to digest it. We need you to go back. We need you to go back and listen to episodes 1 through 8 and just really understand everything that's going on.
I would even say during those 2 weeks, go back and re-listen to everything to this point.
Yeah,
Season
season
1
1 through episode 8.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that, we love you and we want to give you time to just really absorb everything and understand everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And what's going to be, and give you a chance to look forward to what's coming up through the end of the season.
Because I will tell you, the last 7 episodes of season 2,
Crazy.
it's crazy. It's fast.
Well, yeah, no, now, okay. Episode 9 is I'll just tell you, we're finally back. We're back. Like that's it's a reset, not like a full reset, but just a reset to get you just cleanse the palate a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got episodes 10, 11, and 12, which deal with. I mean, they're not light, but
10, 11, 12, and 13.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, and I forgot. I'm like trying to remember all the numbers, but yeah, no, those. It's a little. There's something in there. There's a little. It's not light. It's there's some funny. But there's a lot of dark. And then we go into our season finale, which is episode two-part finale. It's episodes 14 and 15, and let me tell you. Oh, baby, you gotta come and check it out because we go into some place that you might think but you don't know. Well, we gonna show you.
Yeah, I'm very excited, and so 2 weeks off. So what that means is the 15th. So this Sunday will be episode 8. And then we're taking 2 weeks off. So the 22nd and the 29th, we won't be on.
Wrong number.
Yeah.
So we will be back on November 5th.
Yep.
With episode 9.
Yeah.
And run for 7 consecutive weeks.
That's right. We taking. You know why we took those 2 weeks off? The reason why we took those 2 weeks off, so we could take you to the end of the year, baby.
Well, not quite. It takes us to December 17th.
Okay. So
which means
right in time.
You still get your holidays. Right. To enjoy with your families.
Of course. I mean, you know what you could do? Is that you could, when you have all your family over, you could introduce them to Murphy's Inc.
You could go through the whole 2 seasons.
Yeah. Not while you're eating dinner or anything it'll be after Thanksgiving, but while you're doing your decorating or something, for the holidays, just throw on Murphy's Inc. And I mean, yeah, it's not, Christmas carols, but hey, whatever.
And it's interesting. So Tyrus, who was a writer on season 2 and an actor on season 2, he literally will hit me up and be like, "Hey, can you send me the episode early?"
Nah.
And I'm like, no, man. Like, why? You got to wait just like everybody else. Like I will say, I listened to episode 8 today. Yeah. And I only had a couple of notes, and so those are going to get dialed in, ready for Sunday. But man, listening to episode 8, it's hard. Just get ready.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, it is some of the worst acting in the season, but get ready.
Here's a little behind the curtain stuff. I swear I brought up. I don't think I recorded this, and Mark and Tara were both like, "No, I'm sure we got this." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm pretty sure we didn't, but all right." And so Mark hits me up on was it Friday, and he's like, "Hey, we are missing some dialogue. Can you record tomorrow morning?" Or it was either Friday or Saturday. I think it was Saturday. Anyway, sorry, but side point. He's like, "Can we record tomorrow?" Apparently, missed some stuff, and I was like, "I knew it. I knew we'd missed some stuff." And so we got in there and knocked that out real quick. So
I will say that I'm glad that we did that because I think your performance was better for those couple of lines than some of the stuff we got from you originally.
Yeah, by far, it's way better.
So, anyways, 2 weeks off, 2-week hiatus after this Sunday. So just keep that in mind. We're not done.
No,
by no means we're not done. We got 7 episodes to go.
Can we talk to Joe and throw a thing in there for his wife to record to say, "Hey, Murphy's Inc. is taking 2 weeks off, so anything else to enjoy."
Now, with all of that being said, I did want to also announce that Murphy's Inc. season 3 has started to be written.
Production, baby.
It is. I met kinda quasi with the writers for season 3, gave them their assignments.
Oh, we already there.
Oh yeah, yeah. So season
Oh.
3 is very much outlined. Um,
I knew that part.
and yeah, so you haven't even seen a lot of where we're at.
Nah.
So
I
yeah,
know, I know hits. I don't know all.
yes, you know a couple of the things that are happening, but yeah, there's a lot happening in season 3. So we've assigned the writers their episodes, I've given them kind of the here's what needs to happen in this episode.
Cool.
And season 3 is going to be even a little bit bigger than season 2.
By what, like an episode?
17.
Oh, so 2 episodes.
Yep.
It'll be a 2-part finale again?
I don't know.
No, we'll just have to see. Anyways, hey, real quick before we go, have you shown the people the map of?
I have not. You're talking about the KaboomCon map?
Yeah, can we show them?
Sure, why not? So this is a rough representation
Rough.
of the gymnasium floor plan, which is
Yeah.
where all of the the
Most
majority
of
of the vendors are going to
Yeah.
be set up.
Yeah.
This is by no means final placement.
No.
This is more for me to be able to keep track of how much space we have to work with and
Right.
not oversell, if you will.
Right. Because that would be bad.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
sure, yeah, we can show.
Yeah, let's
it. Why
show
not?
them. Let's show them.
So here it is. Let me zoom it in a little bit. I made this in Excel. So just for points of reference, this area over here, there where the mouse is moving, this is going to be the entrance into the facility.
Yep.
So you can see 97 to Now Productions. We're going to be right there, front
Right
and
there.
center. Then we've got the tag team, Lawrence and Diego Uriarte.
Back again.
The dynamic duo. Also at the 97 to Now Productions booth, we will have Michael Leone from the Cloned Ones LLC.
LLC, baby.
Then we've got Jam the Artist, who I can announce here. We've talked about this before, but our new series that is going to be coming in the very near future, which I just saw rough drafts on the episodes of. Oak Bridge, Jam the Artist is doing the cover art for that series. Then we've got 95.1 FM KNBC,
Okay.
who is one of the nonprofits that we will be given some of the net proceeds of this event to. Cold Nose Rescue and Sanctuary,
Oh, okay.
Cosplay for Kindness.
Now, I know we talked about this, but are we going to keep them in? I know are we moving? Never mind. We can talk about that later.
Okay. The rest of the placements are not set. These
Right.
ones are set. So this probably will not change. But the
Okay.
rest are not. So you'll see some of these that have, blanks.
Right.
It's because we still have some open booths.
Open booths, baby. Get in there.
We've got, 3 8x5s here. We've got some 10x10s. We've got some 10x10s down here. And the ones along the wall all have power accessible.
So a little bit more.
Yeah. So,
A little bit.
and the color coordination, don't worry about that. That's for me to know what kind of vendor they are, what kind of goods they're selling.
Yeah.
So,
Gotta know what they're selling.
well, I don't want to put, a bunch of the same vendor type next to each other.
Yeah,
right?
if you have all
So-
purples next to each other, that don't make no sense.
Well, it might, right? So here we have Kyber Cave, right?
Right.
Their specialty is lightsabers. Or I'm sorry, combat sabers. I don't think they can call them lightsabers.
Yeah, legal.
So they're purple because they're like a
Thanks,
retail
Lucas
seller.
Arts.
But no one else is selling anything like that.
Nah.
If they were, I probably would move them.
Right. But everybody else. So purple. So I'm guessing purple's retailers.
Primarily, yeah, retail
Primarily.
type items.
It looks like blues look like they are card.
Comics and gaming.
Okay. And I'm not the orange. Are those just people? Like
The
they're
orange?
authors.
Yes, Arthurs.
Arthurs?
These are Arthurs.
Arthurs.
These are authors.
Authors.
Author Spencer Stoner. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So yes, the orange. Those are your authors.
What's the brown?
Can't
even read that one.
nonprofits. That's
Oh, okay.
Carson Victory Rollers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the one our enforcers for the
Yes,
day.
our enforcers. They are the ones that will be providing the majority of our door security for the event.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And
I love the
Tyrus
fact
asks,
that I love the fact that goblins. Was it the
Goblin Card Belcher.
Yeah, I love how they got it's 3 tables, baby. They got a lot of
Yeah.
stuff they bring in.
Yeah. And again, this is not a final placement. So
No.
if you're one of these vendors watching right now, this is not necessarily final placement. So just keep that in mind.
Be cool. Be
Yeah.
cool, boy. Be cool.
Yeah. So Tyrus asks, will KNVC be a remote at the con? Remote meaning live coverage. Jimmy, are you still around?
Because
Jimmy from Pop Culture Kaboom.
if nerds got out, that'd be kind of cool.
Well, I don't want to steal Jimmy's thunder if he is still here. So I'm going to give him a moment because there is a delay on the video. So Jimmy, if you're there, chime in. So you will see, for example, this one over here, Midnight Comics.
Midnight.
They are not colored yet. I haven't put a color on them because they're not official.
We don't know what they're going to do yet. We just
Yeah,
made sure they put them in there.
Yeah, they're not official. And Jimmy does say, from Pop Culture Kaboom, I do believe Steve, the station manager, is planning to do cut-ins during the con.
Oh, that'd be so awesome.
I guess that's the extent of what Jimmy wants to say, so I'm gonna leave it at that.
You know what?
but-
Let's leave it at that. I'm okay with that. That is awesome.
Yeah. So we'll see where that goes, but yeah.
Look,
so all of the other
make sure you show up to the con, but if you can't, make sure you listen to KMVC possibly. We might have some stuff there for you.
for
And I
sure.
mean, I'm sure we're gonna have some stuff on here for you as well every once in a
Well, and since we're talking about that, I can also and Jimmy does say that he's having internet problems. Fun. I can also announce here and now that Distance Nerding,
Yeah.
a pretty popular, well-known podcast. They kind of do like us, live broadcast, video as well. They are our first outside media group that will be covering KaboomCon. So they are coming. They'll be walking around, interviewing our guests, our vendors. They'll be talking to people there.
Thanks, guys.
And Jimmy is texting me as well, so I'm just taking a look at that. So yeah, we've got nice walkways, spaces in between aisleways, so you're not feeling too cramped in there.
Gotta be able to move.
Each square symbolizes a square foot. So these are 7-foot walkways. So you should be able to have 2 wheelchairs pass. That was the goal. So
ADA.
this is what I was wondering. Pop Culture Kaboom will be broadcasting a live show from
snap, son.
KaboomCon.
Uh-oh.
And that will happen on the main stage.
Oh my. Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, yes. It won't be. I mean, were we talking about like the whole 3 hours, or we just?
It will not be a 3-hour
No, I
broadcast.
was gonna say. I was like, it's gonna be a shorter show, right?
Yes. It will not be a 3-hour broadcast. If Jimmy, if you want to do 3 hours, we might have to move you into the smaller room.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, Jimmy, if you want to, since you're doing the show, you want to throw who your guests are going to be that day, that'd be awesome. I'd like to know.
I mean, I'm sure his guess will be dictated based on who the final lineup is.
I'm just saying that would be awesome to know.
You just want to know if he's going to have you on.
Well, yeah, I would like that. But, I'd actually like to, sit down with him for a little while. That'd be awesome.
Sure. So yeah, this is the floor plan tentatively for inside the gymnasium. Now, what this doesn't take into account is outside in the West Side parking lot. Have a good rest of your shift, Tyrus.
Yes, sir.
Don't get into any accidents.
Drive safe, my friend.
So outside parking lot, West Side parking lot of
West Side
of the community center.
That's right.
We will have nothing but food and beverage vendors.
Beep, beep.
And
Get
I
your
can
drink
tell
on,
you,
get your food on, everything.
as of right now,
Yeah.
I can't announce anyone yet,
No.
but we do have 4 already signing up.
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that in my phone calls when I'm talking to some people. Be like,
Yeah.
hey, you already got people signing up, so you might want to get in here. Space
So
is
it-
limited, baby.
So if you operate a food truck,
Yeah.
a beer truck,
Yeah.
if you are a restaurant, bar,
Yep.
whatever in Northern Nevada, and you want to come to this event,
You know what? Hey, look, even if you're not in Northern Nevada and you want to drive that truck, bring it.
I can tell you one of the food trucks that is has signed up is coming from Central California.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, even if you're not, if you want to, you willing to drive that truck up, we will not turn you down.
Yeah, I will.
mean,
I will.
As long as you fill out the application and turn that in, and then you show up. Like, if you show up like day of and you haven't filled out an application, I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you just show up, yeah, probably not, because the parking lot will be
Blocked off.
secured. There will be barricades, so only people getting in that parking lot are the ones we let in.
Oh yeah.
So one thing I wanted to share with you was an interesting conversation I had with a vendor, a potential beverage vendor,
Mhm.
and I'm not going to say who it was because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of the mentality at this point where I'm like, maybe this isn't the event for you. Just saying, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't show up to this one. Maybe maybe the next one.
Yeah, and I might have already moved it now that I'm looking. So I'll just say, it's not verbatim, but the person reached out and they were like, "Hey, so I might be interested. Can you give me some more information?" And I was like,
Sure.
"Well, if you take a look at the application, there's a lot of information there. If there's other specific questions that you might have, please let me know."
Yes.
And they responded and they laid out, they want to know this, they want to know that, are we doing X, are we doing Y? And they don't want to waste their time coming to an event that won't be worth them buying the goods and paying labor if it's not going to be worthwhile to them. And I'm just like, okay, I'm not responding to you. This probably is not the event for you, or I probably don't want you at this event. If that's your mentality before even
Yeah, I don't need you raising all this ruckus.
yeah, we want people who want to be a part of the first ever comic convention.
That's the key word. First ever in Carson City.
In the capital city of Nevada.
Capital City, baby. Nothing has ever happened. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's stuff that happens there, but nothing of this magnitude has happened in Carson City ever.
I mean, Carson City has some decent stuff, right? They've got the Nevada Day parade, which is kind of cool. They've got the state fair happens there.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I mean, I just want to be fair. There is some cool stuff that occasionally happens in Carson City.
That's what I'm saying. Occasionally, but nothing on this magnitude. Okay, that we've been part of.
Well, there's that. There's that, right? And
so the thing is that just the fact of the matter is that we almost, well, now that we've opened up more spots, it's a little bit more. We have a little bit more, but we were on a wait list like 2 weeks in to announcing this con for vendors.
Yeah, for 2 weeks we were on a wait list and we had to add more space. Yeah. And so because we've
Which is
added
actually kind of nice because we took the stage that was supposed to be in the main and moved it to the big stage. So therefore we opened up more tables. Mm-hmm. Now we have this big space, 500-seat theater, baby. Plus we have a game room. Plus we have a conference room, or not even a conference room. It's a boardroom, the boardroom that they use. But so we'll have panels. We have a game room. We have our all H for this, and so this is a big deal. It's a big deal. People, you want to be a part of this. Trust me.
Yeah, you're doing the hard sell. It's a little early for that. We don't need the hard sell right now.
Sorry, I'm just saying you want to be a part of this. So
Yeah, absolutely agreed. You don't want to miss out. It's going to be huge.
if you got a business, fill out the form.
Yeah,
Talk to us. We want you to be there.
yeah.
want
I
you
mean,
to be
we
there.
we have other local media, radio stations, television stations that are reaching out to us. We're not having to call them. They're reaching out to us to set up interviews with Jimmy, who is from Pop Culture Kaboom, who is the
The face.
ambassador. He is the face of the Kaboom Con. Pop Culture Kaboom puts the kaboom in Kaboom Con.
We put the kaboom in Kaboom Con.
Absolutely. There's, yeah, I don't know. I also do want to make sure I call out Mark Vaughn, who is also known as Mark the DM from the Academy. They are a local group up here in Northern Nevada that runs, D&D and other RPG type table events, and they're the ones that are going to be running our game room.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So they'll have a couple tables set up for people who want to do some D&D runs. If you want to do character creations, there will be a table set up for that.
well, I might have to stop in.
That's a commitment, though, man. Setting up a
is it?
character for D&D. I don't know if you remember because it's been a while since we played,
Yeah.
but I don't know. The last time you and I were doing a true D&D,
Yo,
do you not
that was
remember?
the class. I remember that it was the classiest game of D&D ever. It was pizza and champagne.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, that was the day we also told DeMello that he could never cast the fireball spell or whatever again, because that was the same day as that fire broke out in San Bruno.
Oh, it wasn't a fire broke out. That was the explosion.
It was explosion in San Bruno.
Yeah,
So,
there was the pipeline explosion.
Yeah,
that,
and
like,
so we
destroyed like 50 homes.
yeah, so we told him he could never cast that spell again.
Yeah.
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 But I do remember that. That was that. I remember that day.
Yeah, so the Academy Classroom they are over on Discord as well. So we're excited to have them joining and participating. Yeah, so it's gonna be cool.
Join
We've got
the
600
Academy.
square feet in the Bonanza Room,
Of gaming fun, baby.
and we've got the 550 seat theater main stage where we can do videos, we can
Yep.
do lots of fun stuff.
We doing it all.
And I can tell you, Murphy's Inc. Season 3
We having a panel.
world premiere
World premiere
of episode 1
season 3.
and the
What else?
graphic novel experience. GNE. Yeah. So it's we've got a lot of fun stuff lined up on the main stage. Who's opening the main stage?
You know who's gonna do that? That's the the Reno Video Game Symphony?
That's correct, sir.
I'm excited. I'm super excited because
Yes.
oh man, I just want to. You know what though? I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to hear. You saw the Mario Brothers movie, right? The new one,
Sure. Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers movie. I really want to hear that version. I just want like that. There was something about that jazz version at the end of the film that kind of like I was like, oh, I'm feeling that. But I know they bring in their symphony and all that.
That is one of the things the Reno Video Game Symphony specializes in.
Yeah.
Is putting in jazzy spins on stuff.
I kind of want to hear that. I kind of want to hear that. I've also, like I said, I mean, I know we don't really have the music and stuff like that. We have the audio music, but we don't have like. I wish we had sheet music for our score because I would love to hear them start the performance off with just the 97 Now theme song. That would be awesome for me. But
I could ask them. I could send them the music, see if they can plunk it out.
you know what I'm sure they're good. They might be able to figure that out.
What's the worst that could happen?
See, I knew. I'm digging it. You know what? You throw it in there. Throw it in there real quick. You know what I'm talking about.
I'll hit them up. Why not?
Yeah, hit them up. You know what I'm talking about because you know how I'm feeling. If you drop that in there, that's what I was talking about. Drop that in there. If they can do it. if they can do it, you know,
I think I'm more confused now than I was before. So
the video where I say I'm feeling drink. I feel like a drink.
video where you're feeling like a drink.
Oh, dang it.
I'm juiced, bro.
There it is. There it is. There it is. That's what I was talking about. Yeah. Because if they can pull that off, I'm totally juiced. But I'm excited just to have them there anyways, because I'm excited to hear some of the stuff they come out with, what they bring with them.
Yeah, so
it has to be some Mario Brothers. I'm thinking some Legends of Zelda, maybe some Sonic. It's old school. I want some old school stuff.
It sounds like you primarily want like Nintendo and Sega.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we grew. I mean, I grew up on that. If you can, hey, listen, if they could throw in some Assassin's Creed, I ain't mad. Definitely ain't mad.
I'll send them some requests, see what they say.
Yeah.
Again, worst case, they come back and they're like, no, we're going to do what we want.
I mean, cool, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's cool. You guys will just be playing outside. No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry, you lost your stage space.
So speaking about the con, correct me if I'm wrong, but you are working with someone on the official artwork for this first KaboomCon.
Yeah, so I
you got an update on that?
Not as of yet. I can tell you, I have reached out to Jam the artist, and who asked for he had pictures of you and myself, and he asked for pictures of Jimmy. So I'm assuming I don't want to. I'm this, like I said, this is an assumption. This is not downright, but I'm thinking he might be making superhero versions of the three of us to represent KaboomCon. So regardless, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get that sooner than later, because I can't start making the marketing materials until I have that.
Right. And so actually it should be, hopefully I'll have something by next week, because I did say like mid October. So we'd like to have something so we can start putting some stuff out. So
well, it is October 11th. So.
Yeah, I know. So I'll tell you what, I'll reach out and find out where we're at with that.
Thank you. Please do. So you got anything fun, exciting? Any fun dates?
No.
Any terrible dates?
No. I mean, I just haven't had dates, period. But I got a new recliner. I'm excited. A guy that I was working with, he was moving, and so he was like, "Hey, I got a recliner," and I was like, "Yo, let me see it." And he's like, "Show me a picture of it." And I was like, "Yeah, let me get that." And he said, "It's only $50." And I said, "Even better." So I went and picked that up last Sunday.
Wait. It was $50 and you had to go pick it up?
Yeah.
Oh man.
It wasn't a big deal. I mean, it's a nice recliner. I'm just trying to.
Did you fall asleep in it yet?
No, not yet. I've sat in it. I've reclined it all the way. Oh, it's nice. It's leather. It's nice.
Yeah, but if you haven't slept in it yet,
how many times have I actually? I've fallen asleep I've fallen asleep in a couple of recliners, because it was when it's like I sat down. Oh, so here's the thing. I sat down it before work the other day, and I was like, just try to feel it out and everything, and I was like, nope, let me get up right now.
Yeah, that's not a good time to recline.
Yeah, so I was getting ready for work. I'd finished my lunch. I had everything set up downstairs, and I was like, let me just sit in this, recline back, because I hadn't actually really sat in it yet, So I was like, let me recline all the way back, see how it feels. I was like, oh yeah, this is comfy. And then I was like, no, right up. Let me get out of this thing real quick.
So before we go, I got to ask you, you've been following WWE as of late and everything, right?
Yeah.
And we don't typically talk a lot about wrestling on here, but I kind of have to right now.
Okay.
So
what's up?
Edge left.
Yeah.
And he's now with
AKA
AEW.
Adam Copeland.
Yes.
Yeah. Apparently getting back together with Christian.
That's not yet. That's not where they're starting.
Oh, I thought that's I've only seen a clip. I saw a clip from when he showed up, and like I didn't really see where it went after that. Really, I saw something with him and
Oh no,
Christian
they had the two of them in the ring the other night, and Edge was talking about, the heyday, and we should do one last run, the two of us. And Edge went and Christian gave him a big hug and was like, "F you," and yeah. Yeah. So that wasn't my big thing. My big thing was, obviously this last NXT last night was stacked.
Yeah, I haven't watched that yet.
Okay, well it was stacked.
Yeah, I know it was stacked.
It was intentional, deliberate, because AEW, who's normally on Wednesday nights, because of the MLB playoffs, had to move to Tuesday night. So WWE was like, let's stick it to them. So they stacked the heck out of it, right?
I know. Heyman, Cena, Rhodes, I think who was it? No, not Becky Lynch. Asuka.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Oh, I think the Undertaker was supposed to make an appearance. I heard in the commercial. I heard a bong, and I was like, "Oh!"
I will tell you that yes, the Undertaker shows up. Also, the most the hottest talent in WWE right now also showed up.
My boy, LA Knight. Yeah. Listen, I think I might have said this before, but I was already on that train before he left NXT, before he went to the main roster. So if anybody's trying to say like they were already on board, they're liars. Well, they might not be liars, but I know I was already on board at the LA Knight train before it left the station.
Okay. Anyways, the big point that I was making my way towards is all the other stuff that's gone on in wrestling lately. And
Vince McMahon looking like Vince McMahon pulling his Walt Disney. That was a hilarious picture, by the way.
Knockoff Walt Disney.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Let me see if I can find that image. Vamp for a second.
So basically, like he said, we don't talk about wrestling a lot, but there's been a lot going on recently. So I think this is a good time to bring it up. And because apparently Vince McMahon, the main thing is apparently Vince McMahon got some plastic surgery, or I don't know if it's still plastic surgery, but he does not. Old man lost his mind. They did get bought out by an MMA company. I think there was some. I remember people were talking originally about Is it the same company that owns UFC?
It is.
Okay, it is the same company that owns UFC.
Vince McMahon out here looking like the bootleg Walt Disney.
That's a great picture. That is a great picture. Oh man.
Looking like a robber baron from the 1920s. What the hell?
So we'll go in and we'll steal their money and we'll tie this young lady to the train tracks.
I feel like it's a Conan O'Brien character or something. Anyways, so what's the next major pay-per-view or PLE, Premium Live Event?
Next one, I believe. So we just had Fastlane.
Next major one, the big four.
Is that? Well, there's Royal Rumble.
Before that,
Crown Jewel.
That's not one of the big four.
So wait, are we talking? So there's okay. So I'm sorry. Let's go back. So WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, and
oh my Lanta!
What's I'm sorry.
It is SS as well.
Oh, Survivor Series.
Yes. So Survivor Series is the next major PLE coming up in the very near future.
Right.
And do you know where it's taking place?
No.
Chicago.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Do you know whose contract
Are you serious right now?
Who's non-compete?
Are you serious right now?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my God. God. Oh, I have waited. If this is happening, I have waited for this day for so long.
11 years, basically.
Because ever since when I heard Triple H was taking over, I knew that the only way he'd decide to come back would be if Triple H was taking over. I knew he wasn't going to work for Vince anymore.
I mean, he hated Triple H too, though.
Well, yeah, but not as much.
So yes, the cards, the stars are aligning.
Well,
Dude gets fired, has
Hold
a
on.
non-compete.
Yeah.
Right? He got fired
Right.
from AEW.
Oh, he did get fired from AEW.
Oh, yeah. He got
Because
fired.
all the crap that went down?
Yeah, he got
See,
fired for cause.
okay, so that was legit. I thought
that was not a work. That was...
Oh, I thought that was work.
Nope, that was legit.
Oh, that was legit.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, it came out that he evidently lunged at Tony Khan, and Tony Khan feared for his life. Which, Jim Cornette has ripped Tony Khan up and down because, like, how are you going to be a promoter and afraid of your wrestlers? Like, Vince McMahon, you've heard, I'm sure have heard the stories that Vince McMahon used to have the boys, like, do their finishers on him just to show that he'll take it, but then he'll dish it too.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't know that. I didn't know about that part with Vince.
I mean,
I knew Vince
McMahon took a hit from...
bump.
Well, and he let Bret Hart hit him after the Montreal Screwjob. He knew he had to. Like,
I didn't.
Bret Hart straight decked him, knocked him out. Like, and he took it.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I don't know if you remember, but after that, he had the shiner. Like,
yeah, I know. So there was a point in time. So there is a point in time in wrestling where I did not have cable.
mm-hmm.
So there was just like I would go to my neighbor's house and watch Raw every once in a while, but not every week. So like I was not and then there was that point in time when they were on TNA. I didn't have TNA when I was during that short little time that they were on there, or not TNN. I didn't have that station, so there was like a good year that I wasn't able to watch wrestling during that time. I would see like clips and stuff and like that when they were on because that was still when SmackDown was on UPN.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'd be able to see like some of the stuff when they were like that, like the recaps on SmackDown, but that was about it. So there was like a good little while where I was able to watch really like I do now. Like I watch, Monday, or at least record Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. So, but no, oh my God, if that's legit, I am so excited if he comes back.
TNA, we know what James is thinking about.
But
But yes, just so the cards are aligning. Dude gets legit fired from TNA. I'm sorry, from AEW.
Hey, there we go. See, because TNA was the only other big company for a while.
Yeah. He has a non-compete that wouldn't allow him and usually they're 60 days.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sometimes they're 90, sometimes they're 120.
Because the thing is, what we have the next big thing. So the next big thing I think is Crown Jewel, and then followed by what's the one in? It's not Survivor Series in Australia, is it? No. That's actually before, because I think they're doing Elimination Chamber over in Australia.
I think that's right. I know it's a big one.
Because I know Elimination Chamber is right before WrestleMania.
Yeah, so CM Punk got fired on September 3rd.
Okay.
And Survivor Series is November 25th.
Right. So then it's Crown Jewel, and I think it's Crown Jewel then Survivor Series?
Yes, Crown Jewel is this month, later this month.
Okay.
So just looking at it from a calendar standpoint of days, right? So he got fired on September 3rd, and November 25th is 83 days. So if he had the standard in his contract of 60 days non-compete, and Survivor Series just so happens to be in Chicago, Illinois, it's perfect timing.
Oh my God. Oh,
And if they really wanted to, they could bring him back earlier, 3 weeks, to set up an event at Survivor Series.
No. You basically you set that up. You set that up as like the fifth man in some team. In some team, you don't even have to say who it is. Like you just set it up to where there's a five, like there's a typical Survivor Series match. There has to be, unless
the traditional.
Oh, you know what? I almost want to do War Games again, but anyways, that's a side point. But even if even War Games is a 5-on-5, and so if you don't announce, you have a team that's built. There's 4 people, and
it's got to be like Team McMahon or Team Triple H, whatever, versus someone else, and the 5th member of that team.
Yeah, so it has to be like it's 4 guys, and they're trying to find that 5th guy, and they can't find him
because nobody wants to go up against Triple H, or nobody wants to go up against Mr. McMahon.
Well, McMahon's senile and crazy, so I mean, it could be actually Team McMahon versus Team Triple H. In all honesty,
that would be life imitating, or art imitating life.
That could be very interesting in itself. Anyways, but I'm saying if that even whatever, however the setup is, and they're basically trying to fight that, and that 5th guy can't be found. Like they can't find him. There's nobody that's willing to be like, yeah, I'm out. Or they do this whole thing they've done with the bloodline where they get jumped and they get beat up, and so they can't compete. That would be so awesome. Because I guarantee you that place would, I mean, especially in Chicago, that place will 100% blow the hell up. I mean, like not literally, but figuratively, that will blow up. We've heard pops before. When Edge, oh man, I still get goosebumps every time I watch that little clip when Edge came back there in the Royal Rumble. There's some people that didn't feel the same way I did, but that's because the whole thing with Edge and Matt Hardy, Lita, all that kind of stuff, that was kind of real. And so they kind of never really liked Edge after that. But like I liked Edge. I liked Edge like right before he left, and then when he came back, and I really enjoyed what he did. Then I think, oh my God, how can I forget the other huge pop that happened? Like when it was Seth Rollins is standing in the ring at WrestleMania, didn't have an opponent, and all of a sudden the lights go out, and you just hear wrestling has more than one royal family. And you see that logo for Cody Rhodes, aka the American Nightmare, pop up. Oh, people lost their minds. Like we've heard, so I'm saying, like, the thing is, we've heard pops before, and normally those pops come at these big events. So if they were going to do anything that will, I mean, like I said, figuratively make, yeah, thank you for that one. I totally forgot when it was, I don't remember what WrestleMania that was. Oh, it was a WrestleMania in Orlando. I do remember that much.
It was like a triple threat or a fatal four-way.
It was supposed to be. At first it was a
ladder match.
It was a triple threat match for the titles, for the tag team titles at the time. I think it was.
Was it a triple threat or was it a ladder match?
It was a ladder match, but I thought it was for the tag team titles, though.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a triple threat match for the titles. That's what I'm saying. At first, it was a triple threat match for the titles, and I don't remember if it was. I think it was Raw, because at that point they weren't unified yet. So I think it was. It might have been. It was either. It doesn't matter. It's either Raw, SmackDown, and the New Day came out because they were hosting that year. They were hosting that WrestleMania. And they were like, and we'd seen reports they were there. We didn't know. We weren't 100% sure. And they were like, oh, wait, there's another tag team.
And of course, you think it's going to be the New Day.
Yeah, we think it's going to be the New Day. But then they were like, but who? And that Hardy Boys music hit.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to talk about a place blowing up, that was huge. Because we hadn't seen Matt or Jeff, in some time, especially in WWE. We'd seen, the stuff they had done with, it was
TNA.
Hardy and Matt, and then at the time Jeff was brother. He referred to him as Brother Nero. But no, like that was huge to see them back together again and back in WWE and in a ladder match of all things. Because I mean, if you know your wrestling history, I mean, one of the biggest matches ever was the very first TLC match, and that was the Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys, and Edge and Christian. Mm-hmm. And that by far still stands out as one of my favorite matches of all time.
It stole the show at WrestleMania.
All time. And so yeah, seeing them back, thank you, Mark, for giving me that one. I kind of forgot about that one. It's one of those out of sight, out of mind type deals. But yeah, that was a moment that was just like, oh, they're back. But yeah, no, my mind is like racing so hard right now. Like if he comes back in Chicago at Survivor Series, I mean, that is hands down Triple H. You are genius. But I will say this. Do not bring him back and then have him on some stupid storyline. Like, don't do it. I'm thoroughly irritated by some of the people they bring over from NXT, and then they just have in these stupid positions, like JD McDonough on NXT. Don't get me wrong, like he wasn't towards the end, he wasn't doing great, but he was somebody that like legitimately, like if James were to step in the ring with him, I'd be thoroughly scared. Like, but now it's like, I mean, I know I couldn't, but like, I'm like, I could beat him, like just in a weird, like, not scared of wrestling personality context. I don't fear him, even though he is he's kind of teamed up with the Judgment Day as this outside force. It's just like on NXT, like I've been like, nah, I ain't getting in the ring with that dude. But like over on the main roster, I'd be like, yeah, I might get beat, but I could take him. Type deal. I know that sounds weird to say, but like if you're they're not using him well. He's basically just become an NXT. He's come over from NXT to the main roster and just being used as a punching bag, and that irritates me. I don't like when they do that.
That my biggest fear right now is that they do that with Jade Cargill.
Yeah, that's another one who they've pumped her up so much right now. They've pumped her up. Had her arrival. The biggest signing in WWE history, which they've used before. But with Jade, yeah, she's gonna be. It looks like she's moving main roster immediately. She showed up at Fastlane, met with Triple H.
What is main roster anymore, though? When you really look at
true.
NXT and the amount of main roster talent that's over there.
Yeah, so there's some. So the ones that are over there are the ones that went undrafted. The ones that are no, I'm sorry,
women's
just
NXT
kidding.
champion.
Just kidding. Yeah, no, I just realized when I said that I was like, no, that's not totally true, because yeah, Becky Lynch did go over there, but
Dominic Mysterio.
He's a joke to me, anyways. Actually, I don't think he's over there because he lost the title.
No, he has it back.
Really?
He had it before last night. He got it back last week.
How did I miss that?
That I can't answer for you. Speaking of,
NXT.
let's get off wrestling because I'm sure people will want us to. Because I gotta ask, because I'm very upset with you because something I did want to talk about tonight that we didn't get to, and we're not going to. I wanted to talk about Loki, which episode 1 was last Thursday, a week ago, and you
I know.
haven't watched it.
Yeah. I can't explain that. I honestly, I can't explain that. Like for some reason, I remember seeing the commercial for it, like it's dropped, and I haven't been back to Disney Plus since last Tuesday. So I
for the
watched,
Ahsoka finale.
I watched the Ahsoka finale, which I was kind of like, okay, but yeah, I was, I'm disappointed in myself. I'm disappointed in myself on that one. I couldn't remember if it was there. I remember seeing a commercial saying it dropped, and I just hadn't gone back, and so that's on me. That's on me. I do
Yeah,
apologize.
because I wanted to talk about it tonight, but how can we talk about it if you haven't watched it?
But listen, you know what that gives us? That gives us next week, and we can talk about episodes 1 and 2, and I will be definitely caught up by then.
And Jeff says that Jade needs 6 months of training. I strongly disagree.
Yeah, I think she's ready to go.
I don't know if you saw her in AEW, but she's pretty solid.
And apparently, the reason that she went over to AEW was because of Cody. Cody apparently brought her over there, and apparently, he is also the reason that she signed with WWE.
A big part of it, yes. And she did train at the Nightmare Factory. She didn't train directly with Cody.
I didn't realize that part.
Yeah, so she is a Nightmare Factory product, if you will.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember, like I was talking to somebody about it because I was like, I didn't really know who she was. There's a guy that came in. He came in with a he had a what was it? Oh, Detroit 360 shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, nice. And it had the smoking skulls on the back and everything. And so I kind of was like, started asking a couple questions, and then he was like, "Oh, you a fan too?" And so like we kind of were conversing back and forth about it, and he was telling me about her and how he was really excited that she was over there, over at WWE. So I'm interested. Like I said, I don't know too much about her. I'm sure we'll get some packages in the next coming weeks of just her training and things like that to kind of see what she's about.
I will tell you one package that was on last night's NXT, and I won't go into the specifics, that was really well done, and I'm actually kind of excited for, is Brian Pillman Jr.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he was in AEW. His contract recently finished, and he's come over. And that signing was announced a while ago, but we finally got the first video package with him.
Is that the one with the? Is that the one? Well, because I know they've been showing some packages of somebody watching old WWE, WCW stuff, and then
yes, because I haven't been watching NXT regularly.
Yeah.
So, but yes, that is in essence what you've been seeing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I did like Brian Pillman. So if it's it's Brian Pillman Jr., I like hopefully the the apple didn't fall too far from the tree.
You want to see him revive the Hollywood Blondes? I don't think Stone Cold has a kid. So.
No, I don't need to see that. But I'm just saying that. That would be hilarious, by the way. But no, I think hopefully I'm really hoping that WWE makes some significant changes and makes moves that are, and they've been doing somewhat well, that's better for the performers and things like that. So
well, you got anything before we shut it down?
No, man. I'm good. This was actually, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. This was actually kind of fun. Just going off on, just being able to kind of shoot through stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, you started your new job real quick, right?
Okay, so interesting that you ask. So I started a new job last Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I start a new job this next Monday.
Oh, that's right.
So yes,
That's
so
right.
I work for the state of Nevada,
Yeah.
and I've worked in many different agencies and stuff, and in many different positions. And I got an offer for a position that I started in last Monday. But before I started in that position, I was made an offer for another position.
Mm-hmm.
And in the state, you're supposed to give a 2 week notice and all that stuff. And so I felt really bad about everything, but I felt like it was the right decision to make for me, for utilizing my skills and talents for the state, for you as a taxpayer of the state. So I felt like it was the best choice. So I started a job last Monday that I finish in 2 days, so
Mhm.
2 weeks,
Right.
and I start a new job next Monday.
Oh, okay.
And
Now
here's the interesting thing about that.
that job,
So
that's a short job, right? That's the one, or not short, but it's
it's basically 2 years.
yeah.
I know that probably in 2 years I'll get laid off, which is nice because it means that it's not a huge, big, long term commitment, right? Like I know that I'm gonna have to find something in 2 years, realistically, and
Right.
I'm okay with that mentally. Uh, but
You've prepared yourself for that.
yeah, and I'm not worried about it because in the state, if you get laid off from a position, you go onto what's called a layoff list, and as soon as that position opens at any agency, they don't have a choice. They have to offer you the position.
Oh,
So I'm guaranteed, like, if I get laid off and I don't find something before,
that's pretty good.
then
That's pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie.
then worst case scenario, I'm out of work for a couple weeks realistically before a position comes up.
Yeah. No, no doubt.
So,
That's cool. I didn't realize that.
um,
That's kind
but
of
the really weird thing, so I'm working in a building that I'm for the agency I'm in today. Next week, I'll be in a different building for that agency, but that agency is actually moving the following week. So, in 3 weeks, I'll have worked in 3 different buildings.
That's funny. So now you will be having to do all in office work, or will you be
That's what I've been
office
doing.
remote? Or
So, actually, this week and last week, I've been 100% in office. This
which
new
is weird.
job,
I'm not used to that.
yeah, I'm not either.
You're not used to it. You've been at home for so long.
Since March of 2020,
Yeah.
so 3.5 years.
Yeah.
It is.
Something to get used to, huh?
It's frustrating
Yeah.
because people keep coming by my office and wanting to talk, and it's
No, I don't have time for you right now.
yeah, it's not that I don't want to talk to you, but I have a job to do, and it's so much easier.
This is why I
when you're-
didn't want to come into this place, because then when you're at home, I don't have to see you.
Yeah,
You can't
well,
just walk by my house.
well, yeah, and the nice thing about working remotely is, somebody shoots you a message, you respond at your leisure.
Yeah, you don't have to respond to it right away. If they
Where somebody shows up
come
at
to your office and like, "Hey, Mark, how's it going?" Damn.
I'm doing great, thank you. Or actually, my standard line is living the dream one day at a time, and then I try to go back to work, and then, hey, so I know you're new here. Yes.
Hey, you want to go grab lunch? We got lunch. No,
no, I'm gonna be gone in a week, so
don't get attached.
Don't get attached. Yeah, that's probably been the weird part. So my supervisor in this position has not told people that I'm leaving, and people have heard about it through the grapevine because he told like a person, and that person started telling other people, and so my position that I'm currently in, I was supposed to supervise 2 people. And on my first day, one of my employees comes up to me and she's like, "Hey, so you're going to be my supervisor?" And I was like, "We'll see," because I didn't want to tell her right then and there. So like 2 days later, my boss still hasn't told anyone, and he actually specifically said to me, "Please don't say anything yet. I'll get it out there." And he still hadn't. And so the next morning or 2 days later, I go in and she's like, "Hey, so I heard something. Is it true?" And I was like, "Yes, it is." And she's like, "I haven't said what it is." And I said, "Yeah, but it's probably true. What is it?" And so she says, "Well, I heard you're leaving us already." And I said,
That's hey, that's right, kid. Hold, keep your
that
head up.
yeah, that I said that's correct. I turned in my notice before I even started here.
That is correct. Yeah, I was out before I even stepped in foot in the door.
Yeah, and like I said, I still feel really bad about everything because I feel, especially like working where I am for this week and last week, that there are a lot of opportunities for things that I could do to really help this agency.
Yeah, but you've already committed to the other one, A, but and B, you feel like that one's more in your wheelhouse.
I feel like it's where my talents and skills will be best utilized.
Like
I think my talents and skills could be well utilized here, but
yeah, like I just applied. I applied for I didn't I had kind of put it out of mind because I wanted to do training at our facility for the people that were starting, like they're the phase ones. And there was an opportunity to go work at our what we call Flexi West, which is here in Vegas.
Lexi
uh
West.
yeah, which is a training facility here. And I had kind of put it out of mind because I was like, you know what, like I want to kind of get my feet wet first in the training before I jump in. But then like somebody was talking to me and they were like, you do realize that Flexi West, they pull people from like outside of TSA, like the people who have never even worked in the government before, like they pull them to work here. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? So I already kind of have a leg up. And like I did training. One of the biggest things I did, I was a lead trainer for 7 years, plus did with other training, other work that I did, other trainings that other places that I worked. um, Training was a big focus, especially as being a manager. So um, yeah, I was like, oh, I'll be fine. And so I applied for that. I haven't got a response to that yet because it just closed. But hopefully I will hear from them and possibly be moving into a new training position.
So you'd still be there and you'd still be
I'd still be in Vegas. Yes, I'd still be working. I'd end up coming back to work at LAS because we have a mock we have mock checkpoints, I should say, there. But um I won't be on the checkpoint per se.
and is that role more of a Monday to Friday type role
Yes.
or
Yes,
that'd
it's
be
a
cool.
very yeah, it's a very much it's they do Monday through Friday. And it depends on what when I get there. I don't know exactly. I know there's an AM shift and a PM shift. I don't know exactly how those will roll out. Um because there's the PM shift that I can't remember. I think one's at like I want to say 7 to 8, 9, 10, 11. I think it's like 7 to 2 or something like that. And then there's like a one that's like 2 to like 11 or something like that. I don't remember. I don't. That's stupid because it doesn't make sense in my head when I said it right now. But I don't remember the exact time. As soon as I said it, I was like, "That's wrong." Uh, I don't remember the exact times, but like I know there's two separate shifts. So it would just and I know when I was in phase two, the trainers, they would work one schedule and they would kind of swap. So we'll see how that all works out.
Interesting.
So I mean, like I'm hoping I get it because like again, that's where really like I found a good niche when I was training. Like everybody that came through Red Robin, at New Park, pretty much everybody front of house. There's only like I think one or two guys that came back a house that I even worked with. Um, in the training part, like once they got to the kitchen, that they had kitchen trainers and stuff like that back there. But like if there were, especially at book work and things like that, uh they came through me. Everybody in that restaurant came through me at least one day. So if the opportunity comes to work here, I'm all about it. Like I like I don't know. I mean, it's probably because I've been an associate, so I think I feel like I bring a different energy to it. Um, for a trainer, even when I got into management, I think I always brought something a little different, just due to the fact that a lot of managers that I'd known and worked with hadn't been associates for so long. So it was just bringing that little different energy that they're like, oh, okay, I know what it's like. I know what it's like. I've been out here with you guys, and at times it sucks, but like now I'm in a different position, but I know what it's like, so I can take your concerns and basically give them back and be like, look, I we're working on it, type deals. So,
And
um,
and who was it that pushed you to move into management?
oh, okay. Thanks, Mark.
And who was it that pushed you to try for government type work?
Thanks, Mark. And actually, the funny thing is that when Mark, I don't know, we might have talked about this, but if we hadn't, I know when the position opened up within the what was that? What was it? Was it Cactus? No, Cactus Jacks was the casino that you worked at. I worked at
Mhm.
Jackpot Crossing, but what was the umbrella they were all under?
Uh, Nugget
Yeah,
casinos.
Nugget Casinos. That's right. Um, when that opened up, he called me and it was like I was getting, what was I doing? I was getting my car washed or something like that, and he calls me up and he's like, "Hey, um, there's management positions open up at these casinos I work at," and I was like, "I don't know," and he's like, "Look, I'm gonna ask you a couple questions, and just give me the answers to them or whatever," and I was like, "All right," and he asked me some, and I'm like, "What?" And like I'm just literally flying through these questions he's asking me. I'm like, "Wait, are these real?" And he goes, "Yeah, yeah." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I can do that." And so like, and apparently there were people that couldn't pass this thing, and I was like, "Wow." But nevertheless, um, it gave an opportunity, and it opened some doors for me to move
It
in,
certainly got
and
you out of California.
it did. And I am kind of and I'm forever grateful for that, because now actually can afford a house. But other than that, no, I mean like it. So, but again, training has been a passion of mine for years. Like I said, 7 years at Red Robin. Within that, opened two restaurants, which you want to talk about. We'll talk about fast paced training, um, training uh, what the word, I can't think of the word I'm thinking for, but the word I'm looking for, I can't think of it right now. But just as far as training goes, it's a very quick turnaround. You have to get these people, some who maybe have never worked in restaurants, uh, to uh, to people who have, but you got to get them in, learn everything, and then be ready to open within like a week. You have, and then you have, and then I did a cup, what, two or three, what we call T3s at Red Robin, which were train the trainers, which we bring in people who want to be trainers within the company, and we get them ready to go back to the restaurants and become, train the new people they have coming through there. So I did a number of those. Those were exciting, and so like if given this opportunity with TSA, um, I'm I'm really excited because one, I won't have to leave home.
Don't leave home without it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think I will have to go to Georgia. I think there's training in Georgia that I will have to do, and then I will come home, and do the training here. So, however it works out, I'm just fingers crossed.
Ready to go.
Yep.
Well, you got anything else?
Mm-mm. Oh, I'm sorry. Back to you for a second. So is this in office, or it will be half office, half home, or what? How's that going to work for you?
So my understanding is that it's going to be Monday to Friday, 8 to 5 in office. I won't know until I get there for sure. Like I'm hoping I can talk to my supervisor and see if I can finagle something. Even if it's
Look, I don't need to be here all the time. I get you this stuff done quicker at home because I don't have to talk to these people.
well, it's not so much the working from home. It's more like, can I work 7 to 3:30? Can I work? You know what I mean? Like,
can I come in earlier?
Yeah, like, do I have to be there 8 to 5? Because it's not like it's a public facing. It's it's so yeah. There, I'll find out.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I'll find out once I'm there. I've mentally prepared myself for it to be Monday to Friday, 8 to 5.
Yeah.
Which again,
if you can work it out.
Yeah, it's 2 years, so I can do anything for 2 years.
Right. You've done this show with me for 2 years. Over 2 years.
If I can do this,
you can do anything.
Yes. Yeah. You want to shut it down?
Yeah, we'll see y'all next week. Be here or be square. Peace.